Hey, I'm going to take you right into the intro and then I'll be back to say hi and get into it. Let me shut the camera.
Home in the valley, home in the city. Home isn't pretty, ain't no home for me. Home in the darkness, home on the highway. Home isn't my way, home I'll never be. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. Time is the essence, time is the season. Time ain't no reason, got no time to show. Time everlasting, time to play these sides. Time ain't on my side, time will never know. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and lives that were blue. But I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you.
Hey. Let's make sure I'm not muted. Not muted. How's everybody on this fine Monday? Sorry I couldn't go live yesterday. I had 2 lives planned for yesterday. But, life happens. The kids had that stomach virus. Guess who got the stomach virus? Plus, it was a mess yesterday. And today wasn't much better. Uh, Today started out not so hot. Um, there was a threat called into one of the elementary schools, so they put the school on lockdown. It was around the time the buses come in, empty off to go to the next school and go and pick up our kids. So the buses were directed to a parking lot away from the school zone, and all the kids that were on the buses had to stay on the buses. So that put our buses way behind. The school tells us what time the bus is, going to come. Well, they were wrong. Bus never came. Not at the time they said, but rather 45 minutes earlier. Yeah, so I had to take the kids to school. Yeah, it's been a morning. Thankfully, my husband was home because had he not been, the kids would have just had a day off. Oh no, it's been a morning. I have been watching. I know I fell down that damn TikTok hole. I've been watching a lot of the TikTokers the last couple of days about Sebastian Rogers. Um, if I can get it ready, my second live tonight, I will do that. But if not, it'll be tomorrow because I want to get this stuff over with that I've been putting off because every time you turn around, there's something breaking out. And I'm sure y'all have seen the Pascal interview, and I'm sure you're tired of going over it on every channel. I don't. I'm sure people went over it. I'm into the trial, which is what I should be streaming. I think I'm going to actually stream some of the trial tomorrow. I should have just streamed the trial. Um, because now I got to play catch up on the trial too. See, mm. Let me say hi to everybody. Hey, trucking for autism. Hey, Hope. Hey, Daddy's baby girl. Hey, Shaylee. Hey, Wine Crimes and Mayhem. Good to see you. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Thor. Hey, Freeside. Hey, Marcy. Uh, hey, Josh. Yeah, you do like that? Yeah, I do like it too. Hey, Helen. Good to see you. Yeah, Spanky gets on my freaking nerves. And he's riding this train. He is riding this train like no other. And of course, thrown in his Summer Wells content still, because, hey, Bamaji, got to make sure you get that last grip out of that. You can't miss a chance to get that last grip. There's just too many of these people to keep up. And that's why I got all discombobbled. There's just too many of them. And they do too many damn lives. I mean, some of them will go live 2 and 3 times a day, every day on this stuff. Hell, Betty will do 5. She'll be posting 5, 6 times a day because she shoves her TikTok down her YouTubers' throats. It's like next to impossible to keep up with everything. And then that creator I reviewed the other day, The Vault. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what I reviewed the other day isn't even the worst from her. Mm-mm. Hey, Skullgirl. Mm-mm. It's bad. But old Slimy here, she decided to do one of the cruelest things that you could do, really. What you do, take it down? Think I have a screenshot of it. Yeah, let me see. She posts a lot, don't she? Holy shit. She does post a lot. Holy cow. But, okay, I found it. I was going to say, she would have had to. Yeah, I can't imagine this woman ever saying how wrong she was at posting something, um, or removing something. I just, I can't. Oh, and don't worry, crime lines and lies. We're back. I'm back at you. I heard you live. You saying this neighbor's legit, dude. Are you serious? You are still running with the neighbor call? Are you freaking brain dead? How much proof's got to be out here for these people? Exactly how much? Because mm-mm. And I got my opinions on the Pascal interview. Okay. Um, I gotta think I got a little different take on it than a lot of people. But I can tell you one thing: that man takes every chance he can to jab at Katie, and I believe that that's how it has been since she left him. The revenge. There's some saying, "Oh, well, he actually cried. He still loves her." Yeah, he may have some feelings towards her, but yeah, at this point, his hate, the hate, the I got to get even with her. Everything that went wrong in my life is all her fault. Um, that's hate. That's but there's that fine line between love and hate. Very fine line. But because he can't have her, he wants her miserable. He wants that revenge. And I just don't think that it was something that's just happening now because of the situation. I think it's always been very contentious with him. Instead, they've been able to twist it around onto Chris pretty good. Um, yeah. And then the TikTok interviews this Tony's doing. I played you some of it the other night. Tony's now got Sebastian Facebook, email, TikTok accounts, and he did say that they're doing a trust for. So get your wallets out because here it comes. We're around the second GoFundMe or Cash Apps or both. And who's going to be in charge of this trust? Is it Tony? Hmm. Who's in charge of this team? I showed you what the team was. We want to talk about team. Okay. Yeah. You've got Tony. Hmm. Yeah. You've got the fake dog handler. You got the fake neighbor. You got the fake cousin. The people that are trying to fake being Chris. You got people posting as him and everything else. Then you have the derelict TikTokers and YouTubers and Facebook groups. So that's the team. Okay. You actually are giving these people all the stuff you have on Sebastian to put it on their TikToks for them to grift off of it and make money. Make that make sense. As long as they're spewing the hate towards Chris and Katie, you're all good with them. Mm-hmm. 501c should be public, and then we can tell who the primary is. Yeah. Hey, Ava. Hmm. Tony, I've told y'all from the beginning. I was one of the few that I didn't think it was a good idea. Um, Others have since changed their mind, but I just was suspicious of him from day one. It just it did none of it made sense. And then you're not getting paid, but you're putting all this time in. The PIs aren't getting paid. Only one was briefly, but yet all this money is being collected to pay for flyers. That's what he said, to pay for flyers. $25,000 worth of flyers. That doesn't include the cash apps. Dude, that's a lot of fucking flyers, man. Where they all at? Where? I mean, you could have put billboards up for for a while with that money. You know, I'm just saying. Hey, Cherokee girl. Yeah, they are gross. But so this is the post that Slimy put up, which you guys probably all have already seen. But I just want to refresh you a little bit. It says, Katie Proudfit, did you call your mother today? Don't forget now, since it's Mother's Day and all, and you and the hubby got more upset over your mother than you have about your son. Sebastian Rogers, still missing. So she made a missing poster. Okay, it won't let me. And put missing and put Katie's picture and Katie's information on Mother's Day. Oh, let's be honest. Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, guys. Here's the phone call. This is how ridiculous Slimy is. There's the phone. I can't with this woman. She's pure trash. Hey, everybody who got a membership, please thank us. Be honest, and welcome to Poolside. But Slimy's done a couple of lives since I was gonna do her. Um, and we're gonna fast forward through a lot of it because uh, too much filler for me. And she's fighting with hey Helen. Remember Outlaw Trucker? Do you remember Outlaw Trucker? I don't know if anybody else in here remembers Outlaw Trucker. That's who Smiley is fighting with and doing lives about because he did a live about her, busting her out. Now she's doing lives about him, which she has been. And for some reason, I got sent the entire email thread, not just the one she was showing. It is freaking insanity. It's like elementary school writing love hate letters to each other. It's just beyond. It is crazy. Hey, nonsense. Hey, Sheila. It's just so today she did a fired up alive, but I don't want to review their fight, but I have it all. Like I said, I don't know why it was. They thought I needed it because the last thing I needed was that entire email thread of them two fighting back and forth. You know, of course she's not going to read it all on her live. She's not going to admit to what she says. But you know, if you believe her, then that's on you. Good, okay, power to you. But it is. I mean, I don't even know if he had a person in chat when he did his live. He just started, I guess, just started this channel. I don't know, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, it. I don't know, but that's who she's fighting back and forth with, and that's who she just made a community post about. They're making memes of each other and stuff now. I guess I don't. It is so ridiculous. Hey, beer can. Hey, spark plug. It is just so ridiculous. But I was watching some more of the Vault XL, and I thought that what I showed the other day was bad. Oh, hell no. Hell to the no. That's not the worst. But I'm not going to get into that this one. I'll get into that in my nighttime live because, yeah, that's a. Mm. When you put your face up to the camera and you say, and you whisper, and you're talking to the mother of a missing child, and you say, hey, Katie, tell me your secret. You can tell me. Come on. And you say, you unalived your child. What the fuck? How is that even allowed? Who gives anybody the right to do that? That's sick. That's sick. Then she did a Happy Mother's Day live. Yeah. Yeah. I'm most of that isn't um well, yeah. It's throwing jabs, but it's yeah. These women, they all have a life. I need more time in my day to get everything done, especially after the last couple days. So, yeah, I could give them chores to do, keep them off the social media shit for a minute. I mean, take a breath, you know. And then we got 111 over here. She's got another boom boom. Yes, she's at the end of her live yesterday. She decided she's got another boom. So she was going to stay up all night working on it again. And then she's going to come up out with a boom, boom, boom live that she just busted out some more new information. Won't be a damn thing in it to make sense. But yeah, no. What do you say? Don't forget back. Thank you, Hope. Gosh, Hope, I'd be lost without you. Um, mm, these people and Betty. I, I, you always think that these people have reached the low of lows, and there's just nowhere else to go. Oh, no way. No. They can show you the depths of hell and keep going. It's insane. It's insane. You know what? You don't have to like anybody. I don't give two shits if you like the parents, if you like all the parents, you hate all the parents. I don't care. That's you. You're entitled to your own feelings. But what you're not entitled to do is to get on here and attack, harass, threaten, lie, dismantle their families, dox, whatever, all because you think they did something to their missing child, their child now, mind you, not yours. Got to remember that, Slimy. He's not yours. He's Katie's son. He's Seth's son. He's Chris's stepson. Son, whatever you want to call it. Not yours. Not Betty's. None of y'all. And there's some wackadoodles out here talking on this. Yeah. Mm-mm. So we're going to get into this live. Let me get my music on first because uh, um, into space sounds like where we're going to go because Slimy stays in an alternate universe. It's a very small one. I mean, it's a very tiny one. It consists of her. But yeah. Um, and then last night I couldn't sleep, so I figured, oh, I'll fire up a live. I was at Savage's members only tonight, and everything went out. I forgot it was maintenance. It was on for like an hour and a half. So by the time they got finished, I just gave up because it was already like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't about to go live then. So I just, mm. But the text message said that was supposed to happen the night before, and it didn't. So I figured we were safe. Boy, was I wrong. Thank God they don't do that often. I mean, what would it take so long to do maintenance on? You're telling me they shut everybody's internet and cable off for that hour and a half? Bet there's some pissed off people. Maybe that's why they wait till 12 o'clock at night to do it. I don't know. They're lucky I wasn't live because I'd have really been one of them pissed off people. Okay, I'm gonna.
You know,
One of these sleuthers or something.
find out something to the
This woman, she thinks she's intimidating. She thinks she is very intimidating. She thinks that she can tell you and you won't dare because you're afraid of her. Yeah, she's a keyboard warrior. Not afraid.
effect. But it said Seth and
Ads. Oh, I hate to see that. They're not treated right. I don't
I
like
swore I
that.
wouldn't do it. I'll
Oh, I shouldn't have seen that commercial. Oh.
never do it again. Ain't it? What's the reason? What for? Anyway, thank you, honey, Mama Bear. Thank you all. We all saw about the search dogs. What was said, that was heartbreaking. I played it the other night on my channel. Chris wouldn't let.
Oh my God! So, did you play the fake one? Because anything she said, you can bet is a lie. So I wouldn't run with anything she stated. Okay, and at that point, I don't blame Chris.
Especially the third one.
Hey, Skip to my
They
lady.
come on.
Hey, Halo.
Jay for Justice. Drop her link. She's a sweetheart.
Sure.
Especially the third one that flew all the way from California.
You really believe that?
It was terrible, but after all that mess come out,
you really still believe that? I mean, I know this is a couple days late, but this was after the fake dog handler got busted out, got debunked, and you still running with it. Y'all still running with that? The fake neighbor, the fake cousin. Jesus.
Chris decides he wanted to put it in writing. It wasn't good enough what we had to hear, right? So he decides, I'm sure you saw,
so
that he even wants to go more bold and more public.
Okay. When you want to, okay, look. He's letting them know that you're taking these and you're spinning this like it is physical threats. They are not. Read it and understand what you're reading.
And put it in writing. So Saturday.
Your background's moving. It drives me.
I don't know why.
Wow, her background moves. That's bonkers.
It's just coming out the 20. It came out the 27th, but I'm just getting it as others, I guess, did. Or it was just leaked or something to the effect.
No, you're just behind.
It said Seth and Associates. I have had time to consider this dog handler matter and the other requests that you have mentioned as well. My answers are as follows. 1. Dog handler. If you wish to use a dog handler to search, that is fine. However, after talking with LE, agencies, and Katie, the dog handler, and anyone else is being denied, all in capital letters.
So, what about it?
Access to our...
You don't think the canines have been all over that place? You really don't get why? Let me see what date this is. I want to speed this up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, you were behind, weren't you, Slimy? And I'm behind because I did something else instead of finishing you. But let's speed you up. We've read this. We've been all over this.
House and property. Any form of permission to set foot on our property, as well as any other family member's property, is being denied as well. This is our official statement, and we ask that.
Okay, so that means they are letting you know legally not to trespass. And if that you're not to trespass, it's private property. He's within his rights. You understand that, right? And I do believe they consulted with law enforcement, but I'm going to fast forward you because we've all seen this.
Our wish. Tony Mathis, I'm
Oh,
still looking into this and have no answer for you.
who cares about Tony Mathis? He is nothing but, I'm sorry, but he's a scam. I've said it from the beginning. People didn't like that. I didn't think it was a good idea, but nope. Go back to my first live when they announced it. Nope. I said, what does he need one for? Something just wasn't mathing from the get go with that dude. And in my live the other day, and I played those TikTok videos where he said about the team, but they don't know who's running this team. But when he brought up about how he's in control of the new Sebastian Rogers TikTok, the new Sebastian Rogers email, the new Sebastian Rogers Facebook, and then he proceeded to talk about setting up a trust for all these new donations. Who's going to run the trust, Tony? I've been asking, but you won't answer me. Hey, Christina.
No little children, 21. Still clear.
That's crystal clear. Okay, let's go.
Goddamn quickly. Preferably her.
Yes.
Fuck that head-eating goddamn thing.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because
I don't know what was said. Where is it at?
It's everywhere. All over the fucking. It was never out there until that bitch opened her.
So I don't know what's out there.
I'm telling you, fix it. I promise you, cops with me.
All right, well.
Okay, this is the call where they're claiming that Chris threatened to smack her in the face. That's not what was said. I went back and listened and read the transcript, thanks to a tip. What Chris said is he would slap her with a cease and desist. But they twisted it like he was going to slap her. Go back. I'll give you the timestamp. I have it wrote down in the call, where the video playing the call, and you can also see the transcript, and it clearly says that I will slap you with a cease and desist, not slap her in the head. Also, this is the call they turned around and tried to say, oh, I never did play that Nemec call, did I? Yeah. That he threatened Seth, and he did not. He did not. What he was saying was that if Bobby told Seth the things that he knew, that Seth wouldn't be talking anymore. Not because Chris was going to shut him up, because Bobby is TBI or detective. He's involved in the case. He's one of the law enforcement. If he told Seth what they know, then Seth wouldn't be talking no more. That's what Chris was saying. They spun it and said he threatened threatened Seth. Chris did. He was going to shut him up for good. It's not how it went down. Hey, Duchess. Oh, we'll have fun. Enjoy Bike Week. I always go get a good old sandwich when it's Bike Week. Yeah, but they twisted it all. Just like in the Pascal, or not the Pascal interview, Jennifer Koppendorfer interview. Listen to what Seth states. He said, well, allegedly, it's been out here about other pregnancies and what happened with those other pregnancies. Now, they've been running with this, right? But you listen to what Seth says in that interview. He clearly says that it was the first one she carried full term. He knows that he lied before. And if you listen, you will bust him out in that as well. So if that's the case, for medical reasons, he was given that he was talking about. So if that's the case and that's the truth, then what was the truth prior? Was it, you just got to listen to what they say.
But I can promise you, there's a difference in helping find Sebastian and just being a stupid.
Okay, we've all heard this already. Maybe this isn't the live.
Realize, for all y'all saying this, there's still some that are patting him right on the back.
Right on the back?
He's done nothing wrong.
What's he done? I'm still waiting for all this evidence, all this proof you people have for all these false allegations you've made. Back it up. Back it up. Show us. Because, yeah, I don't see anybody patting him on the back, but I also don't see any evidence of anything either. There is a parent that gets patted on the back. I think you just got the wrong one.
And this is okay.
Yeah, I know, Cherokee girl. You can hear her.
And I understand these are very bad words. I fully warned y'all. Again, I'm going to play it as most creators, not all.
I'm not, because I don't want to hear
I apologize. If you know now, he's very threatening.
Okay. Slimy, how would you be? How would you be? Your son is missing. You and your wife have been attacked, harassed, threatened, stalked. Night and day. Night and day. Your family is being torn to shreds. They're being doxxed. Everything's being put out of, everything that isn't true. Your wife's ex is out there leading the charge. Now he's got some bald Tony with him. How would you feel? They're already going through the worst time of their life. Their son is missing. Then pile all of you people on when you've got, out here spewing all this hate and false allegations. Exactly how would you feel? I wonder. But
not only to women, let me tell you something. I was thinking about this today as I've heard it through other creators. Not what I'm fixing to say, because I have a lot to say. We already know he's controlling. If this is not enough for you right here.
Wait a minute.
Poor Sebastian's right. I feel like I got to thinking about it. It's not good when Smiley starts thinking.
Oh, Lord, we know.
Opinion, I thought about it and I thought, I'm doing this mountain mom stuff and everything. This is a man right here.
Hey, Becca.
Who must, your character, a man, how they treat their mom is usually how they treat their wife.
Okay, this has nothing to do with Sebastian.
Chris has done went through. This is number 5 wife, right?
So?
He must not. He can't stand women, it seems like.
Okay, wait. He can't stand women, it seems like. I think someone's been married 5 times kind of likes women a lot. I don't know about you.
He is an abuser.
But I'm just, where's your proof of that? Again, throwing around a big allegation. Do you have a police report? Court docs? Anything? No. Didn't think so. But I'm going to fast forward again.
Now, in his past, there's something wrong between him and his mom.
And
I'm just saying.
How do you know? How do you know?
There's also a trigger there.
Okay. All right. We're going to fast forward.
On that, too.
Because she has no idea
He
what
must
goes
treat
on.
his mom like that. By any means. He likes to threaten. He likes to control.
Uh-huh.
And there's no telling what has happened.
Okay. He is the one who likes to control. Okay. Is he the one going through team members like how often? Every couple days, every couple weeks. Hey, Miss Liverbird, how are you? Hey, Sky. Yeah. He's not the one going through people on his team. He's not the one going on these panels and controlling the narrative about Katie and Chris. Yeah. So, who's trying to be in control again? Who's trying to control things? Okay.
Or what he's covered up if he was not involved. I promise you that. Up? Now, if this is not for you, then I suggest you do come back in a little bit if you want to. But this is real life. And today I'm going to get to real life, and I don't care whose feelings it comes about. I'm team Smiley. I'm team victim.
No, you're not. You're team Smiley. That's 100% for sure. But you damn sure are not team victim. But you keep believing that.
I'm going to tell it like it is.
No, you don't. You tell it how you want it to be. That's not factually how it really is.
Okay, because there's other people that are dating.
All right. I don't want to hear the call again.
I said she made a statement that she had it and wouldn't fucking release it. That right there. Medical places.
Yeah, it was the wrong Penny Payne, but she had the right names.
Yeah, now she wants to speak.
Just like
it's the wrong people.
Katie Lynn Payne.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I tried to tell 111 that was the wrong Payne, that they weren't related. She didn't care. She ran with that. She had that big boom, boom live. Doxed this poor woman's whole life, including her employer and phone number for the employer, and called the employer.
Right, exactly. And that's the problem with a lot of the sleuthers is that they get a name and then they find somebody with that name and they run with it.
Yeah, they do.
And that's fine. That's understandable. Personally, I think everybody fucking starts looking for shit.
Hey, Jen. Hey, Never Lose Hope. Hey, Aurora 7.
Who says
Hey,
that?
Running Bear.
That's what I truly feel.
Sheila.
I feel you. I hear you. I can feel it through the phone.
Oh, trust me. Chloe's lucky I'm not standing in fucking front of her.
Okay. Well.
She fucking calls me, says my fucking name. I'm going to slap the shit out of her with the same fucking thing I told you. I'll cease and desist letter. And then
A cease and desist letter. Did you hear it?
I heard what I told Candace I might do with her cease and desist letter.
Okay. Now, how many people have done lives and said that Chris threatened to slap her in the face? He did not. If they would shut up and actually listen, he said he would slap her with the same thing, a cease and desist.
Some people just ain't worried about that shit, honey.
Fucking mouth one more time.
The interview she's even done, I don't think. Well, I mean, it's not like Katie, or I said Katie. It's not.
I promise you, go back and watch that fucking video.
Yeah.
Go watch that fucking interview.
Okay. I mean, I was watching it. I know what she said, but she's usually very, very careful about what she says to the public.
She's fucking careful.
In my opinion, that's what he's trying not to do, is be sloppy for him and his family. They don't want to be sloppy, but they're sloppy so all over the place from day one.
Okay. If they were so sloppy, and they weren't doing what they were supposed, don't you think law enforcement would have picked up on it, and if they were so sloppy? I mean, according to you, they did all this stuff and they're sloppy, and you know, what's law enforcement doing?
They're sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
You're being sloppy, boy,
Mm-hmm.
with them mustard and biscuits. You're being sloppy.
All right. Well, let me talk to her. I don't even know. Actually, I do know.
I ain't trying to be a dick to her, but if she ain't got the fucking audacity to give me and that Google shit ain't a fucking true number.
Thank you, Miss Sherry.
Yeah, that's the same number that Seth has, though. I will tell you.
Yeah, that's. I'm not Seth.
Yeah.
I have the balls on the fucking spine to call people out on shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking
Just don't
coward.
take it personal because she doesn't give her personal phone number out to anybody. I mean, like only, like I had it from like a previous case that we worked together, but she's very private about her personal information. So
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what to say. I feel bad. Like I know Chloe and I know that she's not, that's not her style. But I mean, I get it.
Maybe her head's so fucking twisted because she's too emotionally involved or personal involvement with that. I don't fucking know. No, I'm not saying relationship.
Yeah, no.
Didn't say that.
No,
But
yeah.
whatever the fuck it is, she better goddamn fucking figure it out and redial herself the fuck back in.
You did.
I mean, I know, and I think I told you this before, she's more focused on the search side of things, that's been
Why the fuck is this bitch on fucking
trying to, I don't know. I mean, I have to try to defend, personal information or private information.
She didn't have to. She insinuated she had the information. She wasn't going to release it. She started a fucking fire shitstorm.
She did.
What was the purpose of making that statement, knowing full goddamn good and well that the
Trust me.
changed from the
This kid had his fucking PIs. I don't need PIs.
See, and actually,
Like,
as
all
we're
goddamn
speaking,
all this says me all this shit for no fucking reason.
as we're speaking, I just got a message from a web sleuther that I don't even know. I don't even know their name. They go under a pseudonym, and they're sending me a picture of Katie's mom, and I don't know how they found that out. I didn't tell. They're telling me I don't know. So
Exactly.
these web sleuthers, I mean, they are that shit 99.9% of the time, but they're pretty good at finding shit. And some of these people are just doing it on their own.
Yes and no. That's one thing.
You got to consider the source.
She opened her mouth.
Yeah.
Almost break the fucking internet. I wanted on the show.
Yeah.
That shit fucking almost broke the fucking internet.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, Chloe
not a
did
humble
wrong.
guy either,
You
is
have
he?
to admit, Chloe messed up. But I'm going to fast forward.
So he thinks he breaks the internet every time. Every time. Smile tabulous.
No comment.
What was I going to
I
You?
don't know.
No, Mike, we ain't distracting today, honey. I know the day I'm trying to talk to Chris, honey. I'm going to have a call in a little bit. Just stop that and sit down.
Chris, you're trying to talk
Chris,
to Chris.
I heard you say this. You said if you have something to say,
Mm-hmm.
to ask you. I'm not going to ask you, honey. I'm feeling better. I'm not going to message you. I'm going to say it face to face. Since you think you break the internet, actually, I think me and you broke the internet together, honey. I think me and you broke the internet together. How about that? What you say? And you like to talk about yourself. Why don't you come up here and let's talk about you, Chris? See, I can be humble about it. I'll talk about you and you, Chris. You. We won't talk about nothing else. We'll talk about your lifestyle, your
Why?
upbringing,
It has
What Chris
nothing to do with it.
your mommy.
Why? It has nothing to do with Sebastian being missing. And it's none of your business, Smiley. Slimy.
Your discipline.
Hey, JJ. This is
Your
Slimy. Smiley's world.
Your things. Come talk to me, Chris. Look at that, Chris. We made a good team, Chris.
Oh.
We made a good team.
Team doing what? What are you talking about? Look at her.
You didn't break nothing, Chris.
She's demented.
Sit down, boy.
Oh my.
Sit down. I apologize, Mike. You ain't coming up here. Go away.
It did. And that's mainly because up until that show, like you and Katie both were pretty reserved about anything that you were saying, and that was like the one time that you just kind of went berserk.
No, that's the one time I went out there and stated the fucking facts.
Yeah.
I didn't go berserk.
Well,
No, I'm fucking pissed.
no, but I'm
I'm
just
just
saying you
very
said a
pissed
whole lot
off.
more than you normally say.
Exactly.
So
I did. I had every fucking right to say.
I didn't say it was. I don't think anything you said was false.
I don't know. I can't.
But well, let me make a phone. Actually, I know I'm not gonna be able to get a hold of her right now. I'm not gonna be able to get a hold of her until this evening.
And by the way, I sent a message to Seth. Once again, he wants to talk about not responding or whatever. I got in touch with Tony, with Dr. Tony. That probably ain't happening. Got in touch with the dog handler. Guess what? That ain't happening either. And that ain't even on my decision.
Yeah.
Because Seth doesn't know how to open his fat fucking mouth and give everybody the truth. But what he does know, he didn't want to tell nobody, thinking that everybody's going to be sure sympathetic to his bullshit. When I told her exactly how many dogs, where they all went, what they've all done, she's like, there's nothing I can really do or offer at this point other than to assist in a search if needed.
Yeah.
Once we did, and starts talking.
So you did actually talk to her?
Oh yeah, talked to her for over an hour and I think a half
Oh, okay, that's good.
last night.
That's good.
So once again, your client wasn't
I
just way
haven't even
refer
talked
this
to her.
fuck.
I haven't even talked to Seth since last night. He told me to take a break a couple days ago. He told me to take a break. So
Yeah, how convenient.
yeah, so I don't know. I gathered now. This is just me assuming, so we know how that goes. I may be way off, but I feel like it had something to do
Yeah,
with this
she does.
conversation with Bobby Simmons
Hey, Truth
because
Seeker.
Bobby has started communicating with him again.
Listen at
instead
the
of
silence.
through me.
Now he
So-
said he spoke with the rural dog handler for over an hour. They twisted this all up to make it look like he wasn't accepting help. Just like they twisted up everything that was said in this phone call, but we're going to fast forward some more.
That line of communication's opened back up, and I don't know.
We'll see for how long.
Yeah.
We will see. I promise you, if Bobby told Seth anything of what he's told us, Seth opens his fucking mouth. I promise you, it will never open again.
Now, that was not Chris threatening Seth. What he said was if Bobby told Chris what he knew, then Chris would never open his mouth again. It would never run again because of they made it seem like Chris was threatening Seth, and he wasn't.
Well, I'm just as much in the dark right now about what's going on as anybody else. Like, I'm not getting updates. I have no idea. So, and that's what anybody who's reached out to me, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
I'll tell you the timestamps. I have them. Just let me get them.
Devon, can you get in touch with Chloe?
What's that?
No,
I
it's
said, when you get in touch with
the
Chloe,
other one. Wait.
I said, just tell that bitch to lose my fucking number.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those are my fucking words, not yours. Mine.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Okay.
I gotta get up and get ready to go to work.
All right. Bye.
I don't have my Go Fucking Phone Me page to pay my bills.
Yeah,
Get a
I know.
YouTube.
Me neither.
That's right.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. I don't even know, y'all. I just don't even know. And Katie does speak. Now, there's so many places I want to go with this. So much. Even Candace, y'all. I promise. I posted it. And I'm not throwing no shade towards Candace. Even Candace.
Okay, these timestamps are
And I
from the
don't want to.
labs, courtesy of Hope, um, where in the transcript it actually says, if you want to go look at it yourself, we've got 39 minutes in. And then another timestamp is 55:43. There's, it starts around the 38:50-ish mark, but it's all right there in the completed call. That if you didn't hear it from her, but yeah, they've been running this narrative for how long now?
Even Candace
Candace
made a
has nothing to
post
do with it.
and told Chris, gave Chris no crap advice that was just too much cussing, too much. I can't say word for word, y'all. You can't make this up. Let me just.
Yeah, he does.
You can't.
He's in protection mode, and he shouldn't have to be. He should not have to be. Their child is missing. There's no evidence of anything being done. They should be treated as the parents of a missing child, not the way they're being treated. It's disgusting. And guess who's lost in all this? Sebastian. So now you got Tony spewing stuff all over every social media platform that he can get on. Okay, come on now. What PR person is going to do that? And then you got Zeth out here saying, I'm going to put out CPS records. He knew he couldn't put them out. I question as to what he even has. Because, like it or not, Chris and Katie came out and were brutally honest. Was Seth? I don't know.
Can't.
Don't think so.
You just can't. I'm going to show y'all. I'm not lying. She said, it's just going to get worse for him. That cussing and carrying on. That's too much cussing. Swearing and cussing people out. It's not going to get him nowhere.
So what?
Chris, take it from a mom who has a missing 5-year-old child, however you want to take that. Hey, Opal. I don't know. And then, I'm just saying this is becoming a crap storm like that woke me up this morning, and all the tornadoes and everything put together. Right before I come online, which has been 45 minutes ago now, then we hear back from Miss Robin. We heard something from her yesterday. But after this video come out, the grandmother, then she put out another post today. And it made me wonder. And I could be wrong. I'm just going to speak on all things and my feelings today. I support, Robin. I support Seth. But today, I'm just going to speak on everything. And these are my feelings. So, because but for whatever reason, Chris was in his face. In my opinion, have credible tips, call them into LE, Sumner County. For each and every person that posted, they turned it into LE.
All right, we're going to jump ahead to her other live. I wanted to show you this because of the statements they've been running through. And, she's like Betty. They regurgitate the same shit, man. It's like, ugh. Betty will do 5-6 uploads on TikTok a day. And it'll be just regurgitating the same shit. It's insane. Okay. All right. That's not what I want to find. Let me share screen. My little boy don't find my tablet. Oh, he took my tablet, y'all. He took my
That's
little
what
notebook that I keep all my timestamps and everything in. Yeah, he wanted to draw a picture, but now he can't remember where he stuck it. And yeah, and he's not home for me to ask.
I had, and now I'm about to die, and I'll be paying for it all night. So I'm gonna sleep good tonight, like a baby. I ain't thinking about all these trolls.
And this is her
That part.
Mother's Day live.
I'll be regretting
She
it
just,
tomorrow.
I just want to
Though.
play a minute of it for you.
You wanted Subway? Oh, I say Justin. Talking for about. Now I got an excuse. I just need a little bit more time with my lungs.
Of course,
Please.
she was going to go to Texas Roadhouse for Mother's Day, but then chose to go somewhere else.
Please. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You had cross. I had grouper this steak, and I changed my mind. I had good. Lucky and blessed.
Hmm.
Oh, in this place I went, they had some good rolls. Shrimp scampi. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hope you had a great day yourself. Do you know that answer, Justin? Do you know which park it was? She said it earlier in your live. Okay, yeah, Justin did have a live. I was out, but he'd had one. I seen your title where he was playing that video. So go over and watch that
Yeah, I
video.
believe everything that video says, huh?
I'm gonna have
Spanky's
to
your
go back
good
and
source, and Nina?
She said where that park was at, that pond, right? And you, yes. Yeah, y'all go over good information in it. It's always good to go back. It's always good to go and support. He's always over here support to him. Scuffle between an adult and a child. It is. It is. It's very heartbreaking. Melissa, thank you so much. I had a couple little things I wanted to play for a little video, a little short voiceovers for Mother's Day. And I'm like, I'm not going to let these people, they're not getting me down. I'm going to do what I do. And that's all it is. We're just going to come in here and chit chat for a few minutes and see what people's doing. And I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do what I always do. I ain't done nothing no more than anybody that has already been done or said. I'm not taking nothing down. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
Y'all, she's so tough. She's so tough.
It's nice to see Katie has so many supporters.
What do you want to host, Duke?
They need to stay over on their little side, though. It don't worry me. I'm going there and sleep like a baby tonight.
Ow, no clawing.
Hey, Rhonda. No, nobody's going to give that baby to Chris. That's been my opinion.
Oh, thank God your opinion don't matter.
Flyers and stuff like that. Check her out. Let's give these. I saw you were on it. It makes me want to run away.
I think it's at the end. Stop clawing, dude.
I had to laugh. I was talking to one of my moms the other
now
night.
It starts to rain.
I'm going to tell it. She's extremely tired today. I'm also just getting over an illness. Care about each other here.
Well,
thank you, Tar Heel. Thank you. You get some rest, Miss Curvy. Stay Sebastian strong. We're going to stay Summer strong. There's not very much new news on that. on Summer. I mean, the 3-year mark's coming up on her. Things are probably going to get a little bit crazy. You know, Lolly has talked and talked every nook and cranny about that. Again, go over there and I'm so she's done, in the last month or so, maybe a little bit longer than that. Sub up to her. Oh, right now, that's all I can say. I think everybody needs to regroup there. Everybody. And on the last level, no, I will not be taking anything down. It's simple. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. I post what I want posted, and that's that. And, well, I'm sorry that I'm sorry that a hater told you were just like Smiley, but this is the way it is. I feel like that if you want to support me, you can support me, Kirby. You didn't have to do. Thank you, Army Vet. And I first trials and tribulations I've went through.
Okay, so apparently somebody's requesting her to take stuff down. Hey, Dimple Ducks, and she's not doing it. Quit biting
my shower and go to bed.
Because why else would you come out and say that repeatedly over in a live?
I didn't know
someone
them
asked
before
you
I
to
come
take
here.
something down.
And I probably won't know them when I leave here. Oh, they gonna smile around and find out. That's crystal clear. They gonna find out I don't care. And that I'm growing every day. And I'm learning. That's all.
So who's asking you to take stuff down?
Thank you. I'm sorry there wasn't a little bit, like I said, more information here.
Oh my God.
I really did enjoy.
Please keep Nina and her family in our prayers. Judges working on it. Oh my Lord.
Spending the time with my family. Y'all did the same. I really, really do. And I guess I will see y'all around. But I hope you have a great night. Oh, Leslie, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Stop, Duke. Stop.
I do appreciate your support. If anybody says anything to y'all out here on the streets, or better than me, just ignore them. Ignore. Let's see. Starting back 4 cam footage from that night. Thinking outside the box. Okay. I will outside the box. Let's just, think outside Millie or somebody. The box. I'm not beyond thinking anything silly. People that can think nothing silly. I used to work you retain people.
Stop clawing, Dookie.
Whatever it took.
Okay, kitty. It's okay.
Corporate companies. What do you do to retain them? You got to think out them $10,000 to keep 100,000 or 500. It makes more sense.
Stop.
And rules do get broke. You got to think outside the box. I don't care.
Duke, if you don't quit clawing me, I swear. Okay. Oops. Do I want to play that one? She actually got a picture of a trucker. Oh my God. On her thumbnail. This woman is too freaking much. She did a whole hour and a half live to argue with a truck driver. She is too much. Oh, this one. I don't think I played this one. We'll play a little bit of this and then we're going to move on. I can't believe she's doing lives now, arguing with a truck driver. Oh my Lord.
Make sleepovers crust easy.
You can't be serious. Her and these moving screens. What the hell? Weird shit, man.
Oh, it's 5:41 here. 5:41. I've been up probably since about 2:30, something like that. You just finished your dinner. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Drinking my coffee too. Let me just go to sleep on it. 2 hours wondering and all this carrying on. Oh, yucky day. I saw the interview. Well, first I saw the interview with Jennifer. I thought that was a pretty good interview because it told us a little bit more about Sebastian. I like that interview.
No, that interview pretty much was on the history of Seth and Katie, which is nothing to do with Sebastian being missing.
And Seth got, told us a little bit more like things that he liked and, stuff like that. I just really like to hear more
painted
about
himself as a knight in shining armor. Yeah, I know. But, yeah, no.
him. Jennifer didn't miss a beat asking questions. That was a really important interview. If you didn't see Jennifer, y'all drop that link and like his favorite foods. He knew his favorite cheese was Parmesan. It was interesting.
He is his dad. Yeah, no. And like I said, I take anything that was said with a grain of salt.
He said this before, and because I asked that in my interview with Chris, like, because Seth has said that he would jump in between or say, kind of protect his dad and say, that's my dad or whatever. He was saying that again yesterday, like he's kind of confrontational. And I got to thinking about that, y'all. It's not.
But when Chris and Katie tried to say things that you all said they were making fun of him, they were downing him. No, they were explaining him.
Hard. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. In my opinion, okay, and I don't have a hard time seeing that he was a loving child. But yes,
no one's
I could probably
denied
step
that.
for or being, if you want to call it confrontational, because you kind of live what you learn.
Oh my
I was
Lord.
thinking about that when Seth said that in the second interview or yesterday's interview. Because we've all seen Chris's attitude towards others.
No, what you've seen is someone who's at the end of their rope at the worst time of their life. I would guess that a lot of the friction, it comes from both sides. But yeah, okay.
So you live what you learn.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to understand. Y'all, I'm sorry so long. So forgive me. Let him go. Those words. Let him go. Thank you, Annette. Good morning, beautiful. Everybody coming in. It really is. Last night, I think he had about 10,000 people in there. Good Lord. I would absolutely freak out if I had, I don't know if I could ever. I'll get it to Seth somehow, but it also come to my attention, and then I got thinking about it. So I know if Seth and Tony, or both, or whatever, watch this live, let me go ahead and get it out. I think this is a great idea. Of course, I don't know how to do it, somebody, or whatever, but let me go ahead and get this out.
Well, get it out.
So for Seth and Tony, we wish the people think that Sebastian's law needs to come in now. And what I mean by that is Sebastian's law needs to be where both legal parents are notified and to be contacted by CPS, DCF, DHS, whatever. They need to contact you no matter what state you're in or what circumstance it is, period. And I don't care. And this is me adding to.
Okay. I believe that most do that. And also, if they don't know how to reach a parent or who the parent is, that would be kind of impossible. Because sadly, there's a lot of absentee parents or parents that are in prison. So Okay.
Do it. I
Yeah,
don't
she is
care
delusional.
if that parent is in jail, prison, or in the military,
Mm-hmm.
because there needs to be a way to leave at least a paper trail to show that there was contact made with both
They're
parents.
they're already. Oh, I can't. CPS will do what if they get the phone numbers and the names. They definitely do reach out, especially if there is placement. They're trying to place the child. They're going to reach out to family if there's family that can take the child. She heard me. They're also, if they have the information, will reach out to the other parent. So, but there's extenuating circumstances. So yeah, I'm not gonna tell them it's already being done. But anyway,
Even if a person is in jail or prison or the military.
And what are
Because-
they gonna do if they're overseas in the military? What are they gonna do if they're in prison and the child needs to be placed? Exactly what are they gonna do? Are they going to ship the child overseas? Doubtful. Are they going to ship the child to a prison cell? Very doubtful. Notify them? Sure. But I don't know what you think can be done. See, you don't understand. I get what you guys want, but I do believe in a lot of states. I know they do that here. But yeah. Okay. Hey, Rowdy. Hey, Maureen.
And that's a parent or a guardian, both of them. Because, even if you're in the military or if you're in jail or a prison, y'all do realize that if a person or a family member is sick or dying, they are able to get a hold of you by a chaplain. So it's not that hard. Don't think it's that hard. It's not that hard. So there's no excuse. When something is going
And I
on
do
with your
believe,
child,
given the circumstances of being in prison or something, it may be notified by
to
mail, may be the best option. But then again, I don't want to tell you that a lot of states already do this, but, I don't want to burst your bubble because, hey, anything that can help, because, let's do it. But got to be realistic.
change this, and there needs to be a law. You want to make a difference? Then let's all make a difference.
Okay, but that law that you just read needs to be seriously tweaked, just so you know.
And let's put Sebastian's law in place.
Okay, Smiley's got Slimy's got a Sebastian's law
we
that
need
she
to
doesn't
change
understand.
the law, not talk about it. We need this law. How do we go about it? I don't know. I don't know how to change the law or make a new law. Somebody, I'm just putting it out here. We need to do it. But every parent,
Slimy, it's a lot of work. You got to get politicians on board, lots of them. There's a long road ahead before you actually get a law passed, if you can get it passed. I would start Googling the information, Slimy. And you're also going to need to tweak that law a lot, a whole bunch, because, a lot of states pretty much already do that. So, anyway, I think it'd be a great idea, but you have to tweak that law. You have to understand what you're asking for, and that's a long road to get politicians on board. And then you're going to have to do it by state, because it's not going to be just a blanket law for all states, because this is not going to be. CPS, they pretty much work along the same threshold in all states, but they're separate entities. They're not connected to each other. So a law for Oklahoma would not be a law for New York. Do you understand the undertaking? You need to get some big politicians. It's a lot of work. Go for it. I say that's what you should put your time into. But seriously, research what you want as the law, because what you just said, that's not going to happen. You need to tweak that. It's a lot. You need to talk with DCFs, CPSs, whatever, because it's called different things in different areas. You're going to need to talk to them. Now remember, you got 50 states, so there's a lot of CPS and DCS offices that you're going to need to contact, and you're going to need to find out exactly what their procedure is, what they follow, what they do in these circumstances. And then that's when you're going to piece your law together, put your law together, because you're going to see how things vary. It's not as easy as you think, but it's doable. I mean, there's been laws passed, it's very doable. You're just really going to have to put in the work, and it's going to take time. And you're going to be kissing a lot of ass to get into politicians, because they're going to put you in with the lowest representatives if you can even get one. You got to get them on board. You got to get them to get bigger politicians on board. It's a lot, but you can do it. You can seriously do it. I say go for it. I really think that you should. It would get you off of this case for a while, give your mental health a break, since it seems to be bothering you so badly. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. Like I said, you got to do your research so you know what the hell you're even asking for in a law. And there is no such thing as a blanket law like that. So yeah, you got your work cut out for you. I don't know. Yeah, start in your own state. Get a law for your state. But like I said, interview with CPS, DCF, whatever y'all call it. See what their procedure already is. See what you need to make it better. And, talk to people in the system. Talk to foster homes. Talk to reunified families if you can. Talk to families that have been in situations where one wasn't contacted about abuse, at the hands of another. There's a lot of research you're going to have to do, because you're going to have to know exactly what that law needs to state. But go for it. And I say start where you live. I really think that's a great idea. Anything that'll help a kid. I'm being serious. I'm not being snarky here. I think that if she really wants to do this, she's going to do it right, not look like a damn clown like she's used to looking morning, noon, and night. She's got to actually, do factual research, not sit here acting like some tough grandma behind the keyboard threatening people. I don't know. Might work.
And every guardian, both sides, they need to know there's some kind of red flag in the home going on if a DCF, DCA, DHS, CPS comes out and there's a red flag.
Okay. But you got to understand something. There's a lot of frivolous calls made to CPS, DCF, whatever. There is a extreme amount of false calls made. So if the complaint is not founded in facts, if they go and do a home visit, which they will, without notice, within 24 hours, and it's unfounded and there's no signs or evidence of anything, then what's there to tell? Because people call them false complaints all the time. See, that's why she needs to really do her homework to really, get the right wording, get the right in the law, not just what she's just for some content. She just figured she'd talk about this. No, there's so much more involved in that. But, like I said, there's so many false complaints called in. It's insane. But we're going to be moving on here in a minute.
Period. A report is made.
Mm-hmm.
It is sad that we have to enforce some kind of that issue. It is. But it needs to be a law. Evidently, it needs to be a law. So let's make it Sebastian's law.
Okay, but you got a lot of work to do to research
Now,
that law.
as much as I hope everything would come out, again, I have to understand that is selfish because he is a minor and we do have to respect that. But enough
Look,
came out, enough that we know that
you not respected that at all.
they were at that house multiple times. Yes, multiple times, Jazz. So I don't care what Mr. Chris told Nancy Grace. Or anybody else.
Most
Multiple
of you guys
times.
seen the
Chris
Jennifer.
lied. Exactly, Justin.
Most
Multiple
of you guys
times.
seen.
And
Most
they
of
were
you
there
guys seen
many
Jennifer interview, right? Jennifer Coppenduffer, her interview with Seth. You guys have all seen that, right? I mean, I think everybody's played it.
times, and we know of at least one in the other case, in Nina's case.
Oh, it's all right. Never lose hope. Thanks
So
for coming in. I appreciate you.
that's not good. And it doesn't really matter who called them. They got called, and they had probable cause and reason to come out. Now, it don't take a rocket scientist. People say, well, why didn't they remove Sebastian from the home?
You missed whatever was in the
I don't know, but
paperwork.
here's the thing. It doesn't really
You mean on
matter.
Pascal's
It
show?
doesn't take a rocket.
He said he couldn't show it, but that he has some. But he couldn't show it and couldn't talk about it. He alluded to something that I don't believe he has. Because I'm sorry, at this point, to me, Seth has no credibility. And I think if he does have anything, it's already what has been put out by Chris and Katie themselves. But you notice he's not talking about the paperwork with his issues, is he? No, don't want to put that out there. You can't remember what you've seen and haven't seen. Okay.
Scientists to figure out. That's more than likely probably why Chris was not in the home. Chris is probably the one that was removed from the home. It was either removed.
I don't. Hope, do you remember hearing anything where Chris was removed from the home? Because I sure don't remember that. And I think that would have been a stickling point for me. SF is there investigating now? Why? For who?
Chris or remove the child. So probably they got Chris removed from the home. You see?
Yeah, Katie was the breadwinner. Seth didn't have a very how do I say this? The work history, which is fine. One could be a stay-at-home parent. That's fantastic. But my husband was in the military. You don't make shit, okay? You don't make money. Most spouses work that are military. It's just how it is. You got to eat. I don't know.
Assume I don't.
And when he first talked about it, he said he made it sound like, well, Katie just went up and went into the Navy. Like, well, I didn't know. She did it on her own, and it wasn't a joint decision. It's the way he said it and his tone. That's what he was alluding to, that's what Seth does. And then a few minutes later on in the interview, he says, oh, well, it was a family thing, and she went in the military to get medical benefits. Well, you could have got medical benefits with any job. Granted, maybe not as good, but that's just how he does, how he manipulates things. He alluded to the fact that he made it seem like, well, she just up and went in the Navy, and that was no, like it was all on her, like she didn't consult him. And then on the other hand, he says, well, we talked about it, and she went in for the medical benefits for Sebastian. Okay, well, why don't you get a job and help? Hey, Infamous. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Infamous Truth Teller gifted memberships. Please thank her. And welcome to Poolside, guys. I got to get out my butt and make some more brownies and gummies for us adults. But things have been crazy. I like your name, Infamous.
I don't know.
But see, that's just how Seth does things. If you actually listen to what he says, he will state something one way, and then a few minutes later, he will turn that and state it a whole different way. And I don't know. Hey, Darby.
Now, the other thing I'm going to say is this. Um, I mean, nobody has to take my advice or listen to me.
Oh,
But the only thing I'm going to say to this is
we won't.
It also come out that Seth had the redacted CPS report.
So chances are he got it was totally redacted, and he got no more info than he already had, because if he does have anything, I do believe it's about that incident a couple years ago. That's it. But see, Seth has a habit of that. He does, like my thumbnail the other day said, he does the concealment with some falsification in order to get the lie, to try to make the lie believable. He knew that he couldn't show those in the first place. Also, he was, he's hidden things before and only told partial truth. The concealment. He knew about the lie detectors. He knew that Chris and Katie both had taken them and passed. He knew that Chris had passed because he'd been notified by law enforcement. But yet he hid that. He concealed that part of it for how long? He does that with a lot of things. He truly fits the concealment and falsification, with the center being the lie. He truly fits that thumbnail. He will put that sprinkle out there and then run with it into falsification. And he does it very well. He does it all the time.
And it was sad to hear that Sumner County already has
That's thunder.
the report per TBI, but TBI did not have the report. Okay. If it were me, and thank God it's not me,
Believe
thank
me,
God.
the police were well aware of the situation. All right, bet that. Hey, Wise
But
Angel.
if it were
Hey,
me,
Cheryl.
I don't care what TBI says. I don't care what Sumner County says. I don't care what antibody says. That's A-N-T-Y. I don't care. Seth, please hear me. If I were you and it were me, and thank God it's not, I don't wish this up on you, but thank God it's not me, I would absolutely 100% still send a copy of your redacted papers to TBI, attention Bobby Simmons, as well as a copy to the tip line, and have you a paper trail for that.
Why do you need to send a copy to the tip line? And you can bet law enforcement has it, only they have the redacted version, the unredacted version, I should say. But yeah, they don't need CES. They already are well aware.
Then I would attach a note to it and tell them to please get the
Exactly.
part that's not.
She keeps saying that he's been removed, but I've seen nothing that he's been removed or told he couldn't be in the house with Seth. That's what they keep alluding to, but there's no factual evidence of that. And because he's out of town working a big job, it's a big job site. Those job sites run 6-7 days a week. Maybe he was working a lot. Who knows? All we do know is that he could have had nothing to do with this because he wasn't home. He was 3.5 hours away. But they keep looking at fact. Anything that's factual, they overlook.
redacted for their own records, sign it and date it, and keep that for your records for future reference.
Okay,
Because
you're
you're going to need
boring
that,
me.
I promise you. Don't let it come back and blow up in your face. Don't do it. Have your paper trail. Listen to me.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not my shirt, honey.
Yes.
It's another tapery.
Listen to her.
Actually, Marlena Cantu and them got it for me.
Listen to the woman that thought it was funny to put a missing poster together of the mother of a missing child for Mother's Day to mock her. Yeah, listen to her. Listen to the woman that gets on here and flat out lies about everything on the daily. Yeah, listen to her. Go for it. Go for it.
The other side of my room. I'm on my phone, I'm on my phone then, but I can't do Yeah, I hope he does really have an attorney. Makes me tell you, we may not know what's in those reports, but I can tell you by what's going on that Sebastian did not live a good life. It's sad. It's sad.
You can tell
He didn't live a good life.
You just said you don't know what's in those reports. And here comes the rain. We might have to go in the house. Oh, is that wind? If it gets too loud, guys, let me know. We'll go in the house. No, I lost my train of thought. I'll get back to
it. And no matter how much you got those little housekeepers, Katie, to clean your house.
Okay. Number one, whatever's going on is none of your business. And number two, who said she's got little housekeepers? What the fuck are you where do you hear what she's talking about?
Multi-million-dollar home.
It's not a multi-million-dollar home. It's a little over a $500,000 home, which is about standard in that town. Property, real estate prices are through the roof. Nothing high or unusual. It's not some super fancy multi-million-dollar home, like you stated.
Home and those little cooks to come in and bake those little cookies and those little breads and invite your little family over for dinner parties and acting like you little Susie homemaker and in the kitchen all day slaving over that stove. Stop that shit. Stop it.
What the hell is she talking about? Has this woman done lost her mind? So Katie's got two little housekeepers. Then she pays somebody to come in and bake little things for her to feed to her family for family gatherings. What? And then portrays and acts like it's her doing it. This woman is freaking crazy. Yeah. Wow. And the sad thing is she wrote this shit down.
Okay. Stop it.
Yeah, right you now. Need to. Back away from the internet.
Stop. The real focus needs to be on Sebastian.
Okay, well, you need to shut up then, because your real focus is on lying about the drama and creating more drama and fighting with some old trucker dude. I mean, your focus is not Sebastian.
Because he's getting so lost in the shuffle.
Oh, yeah,
The real fact is Sebastian is missing. He is missing.
That is the only true thing you said.
The last time anyone heard of Ed. Hold on a minute. That is my phone.
Oh.
Why are women everywhere choosing
ABX,
the new tummy tuck alternative?
I got the tummy tuck
guys, you want to buy me a tummy tuck? How much are them things? I'm sure it's only probably, how much could it be? Like 20, 30,000? Come on, you guys, that's pocket change. Come on. I'm totally kidding. Great.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, sure. Oh, that picture's actually
was with him. Katie
oh my Lord, I just realized that picture is not even a screen pic. It's actually on her wall. Yikes. That's a busy picture. Okay.
him. And that was a fact.
Something
That's
I'd
a
have
fact.
on my
Yeah, it's time to get
pole.
up. Girl, I've been up hours. But
Yeah,
that's a
Tony.
fact. And the last time anybody seen him on video was at the Texas Roadhouse the day before.
No, it's not true. Taking out the garbage. But okay.
That was a fact.
Okay, well, he also
But anytime
he also took out the garbage. Per law enforcement.
anybody heard him was with his mother, Katie.
Hey, Johnny.
She, the night before, she put herself with him. I mean, whether
Wait a
she
minute.
heard a thud or a noise.
Regarding DCF, you have to put in a special request and only can be a biological parent or lawyer, not just an average Joe. Below, in addition, you have to have him sign off at the DCF office. Yeah, I know there's ways you safeguards in there, but I do believe it because I've seen them do it here where they will try to reach the other parent. But also removal was being done. If there's so many fake complaints called in that they have 24 hours to investigate it they have to investigate it within 24 hours. A lot of times they're unfounded and there's nothing. So there's nothing to, it was a frivolous fake complaint. So like I said, she has an idea, but she's going to have to really tweak that law and do a lot of research.
What did she say? She said, well, first it was, are you okay, Papa? Yes, Mommy. I'm going to bed.
Man, there was nobody lying.
Even though she didn't check on him, right? So, okay, well, either way, she was the last one with him to see or hear him. So those are the facts. Those are the only facts that we know.
Okay.
What happened next? Only God knows. Only God knows. But the truth is going to come out. Yeah, Katie's the only one that can really clear this up.
Oh.
Katie. Hey, chemistry queen.
I think.
Yeah, not
Katie
checking on him.
has.
That's crazy.
She can't tell you what you don't know.
Whatever she heard, I mean, absolutely nothing. So where do we go now? And we keep his face out. You don't have to tell anyone if you're in the area. Yeah, we all want to know why he didn't have a bath or a shower that day. Absolutely.
Oh my God, are you back on the bath and shower thing? I thought you dropped that like a month ago. He's 15. I don't even need to say more about that. They don't shower every night. And he's 15. He's old enough to take his own shower. Mama don't have to do it for him. Oh my Lord. Yeah, I know. I can't believe
the only person I heard had a bath that day was Katie. Why? She's sure staying away from the bath and showers.
Oh my God. I can't.
Could it have possibly had something to do with, and I know they don't want to talk about it, and they explained that Nancy Grace situation, what said on there, but could that have possibly have happened? Could Katie have overdosed him and he took a bath?
Oh my God. No,
and
you
that's
didn't
why she
say
don't
that.
Want to speak on the bath?
No, you didn't just say that. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with these people? Yeah, I have to remind my daughter, but ours are 7 and 8. He was 15. He knew. I don't, she wasn't, this boy could shower, they make it sound like he was incapable of doing anything, and he wasn't. He wasn't. But I'm about done
You
with
don't
her.
need shoes when you get out of the bathtub. You don't need shoes if something bad happened like that.
Oh my God.
You don't need your phone either. I'm just saying, I'm trying to be realistic. But you would take the glasses because you would think, if you're trying to think of everything, you would take your glasses. I'm just saying. But you would not want, hey, Doxy Mom, but you would not want to talk about a bath, something that happened. I mean, it happened to Whitney Houston. It happened to a lot of people. Just think about it.
It was an
That's one
accident.
thing she stayed away from. And she,
but there was extenuating substances involved, and it was an accident. That has nothing whatsoever to do with this. Nothing.
she went from head to toe in Olivia's. Y'all can put that in or that link down of what she did from morning till night. Really, she volunteered that information, but she never said about a bath. That was just odd to me. Now that more's coming out, think about it. But again, where do we go from here? We look. Again, everything is 50-50. Everything is still on the table.
Not according to you guys.
And nobody's been ruled out. Even Seth said last night, which was very telling.
It was very telling, huh?
And he's very smart. Because I've said from day one.
Okay, I can't take much more of her. Y'all want to hear somebody get bitched out? Do you want to hear it? I'll play it for you. It's really good. You want to hear somebody get bitched out about the crap they're doing in this? I wanted to play some of this anyway. So I can't take no more Slimy today. I just can't. She's just going to go on and on and on about how Chris and Katie's guilty and how Seth is perfect and he did no wrong. This is more entertaining because she gets handed her ass. And she's still going to double down. It's clear at the end. Okay. Okay. What I'll do is we'll review some of this because, Crime Lines and Lies Brooks. Yeah, she's brain dead. Brain cellless, I should say. No functioning brain cells. I know you're barking at the thunder. I hear you, Bubs. Okay, Bubba. The world don't need to hear you barking at the thunder. But I'm going to jump to the end first so I can play you something because it's good. Hey, Tapped. Oh, man, I showed that Mother's Day post. That was sick. That was sick. Come on, there's something not right with you. There's just something not right with you. When you can do something like that, whether you like the mom or not, it doesn't matter. It's her child that is missing. To make something like that on Mother's Day, okay, I just got to find it. It's right here at the end, but it's good.
Joe, you said we're not attacking any of the parents or the family.
He thinks she hasn't talked to him.
Okay, I got it. Oh, not another ad. Oh, my Lord.
This game.
One of these days.
You're not ready for it.
Oh, guys, do me a favor.
Anybody.
Hit that.
Every time people
hit that like
Chris needs
button
to talk.
and sub up if you're not subbed up.
Why can't?
Who knows? Maybe one day.
Are you responsible?
I'll get Channel Rich and I'll be. I don't know what Channel Rich is, but okay.
Literally, or are you responsible?
Okay.
Bedrooms and say you're not allowed to leave. And all of a sudden, there was a kumbaya moment.
No, we're going to
watch
watch
Seth told
it.
everyone to F off if they didn't like them
But we're
working.
going to move on.
And most of those cases, they weren't found.
Don't seem to give a shit. And, we're just, we're not going to do it. We're not going to act like it. We're not going to say, hey, while we're on here, we don't want anybody saying anything bad about the Proudfoots. We're not doing any of that. If y'all want to fire away, fire away.
Okay. This is where Brooks is going to get handed.
Or that you lie to people, or
Well,
that
what-
you
And first off,
juvenile. But at the end of the
find us in
so crazy. No, I did a lot. Body happy
anymore.
Okay.
Well, hello, Truth Not Feelings.
Well, hello everybody. Happy Mother's Day a day late.
Woo! What did you do for your wife for Mother's Day?
I did a lot of things for my wife. She's an amazing woman.
Good for you. Spoiler.
All right, so we can stop the condescending shit. All right. Reality is no. I'm not gonna come up here and have you be respectful.
No,
we can be respectful, but don't be condescending because I'm not going to be condescending to you.
Well, this is my
So
channel.
don't be condescending. It's a respect thing, right? I will show you respect. Show me respect. You don't know me, so there's no reason to disrespect me.
Okay, well, right off the bat, you said we're going to stop the condescending shit. This is my channel. And so who's being condescending?
You were just being condescending, and don't try to play me. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
So go ahead.
So here's the deal. You obviously don't like a male that has, a form of not backing up. So let me make this very clear to you, okay? I have no game in this, right? But the problem is that Illuminati sent Katie a Mother's Day present, right? A simple thing of flowers. Happy Mother's Day. I'm sorry you're having a rough day. And people are so crazy that they want to act like that's some horrible thing. Why is it a problem to be genuinely? Hold on. Why is it a problem to be genuinely a good person?
It's not a
good
problem.
person. Why?
One person at a time. It's my turn. I don't know anything about any flowers. And
We're talking about in the comments. That's what I was addressing. Was in the comments.
Am I supposed to scroll back up and tell someone it's fine to send someone flowers? This is crazy. Okay, so move on from that. What else is upsetting you besides the flowers?
I'm not upset at all. I just think it's imperative that if we're going to look at a case, that we look at it bipartially, right? And we don't look at it from, oh, this parent's guilty or that parent's guilty. When I talk about Seth, I talk about the facts around Seth. Seth has lied. Seth can't keep anybody on his team. People have now gone to TBI who used to work for him. All of this will come out. Y'all will see. But at the end of the day, if we're going to look at this case and bring Sebastian home, which is the most important part of any of this, stop going after the parents. Go back to the beginning from the original day he went missing and go through everything. All of this, making fun of Chris and calling Katie names, it's juvenile and it's doing nothing. It's doing nothing.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, I'm going to give you full transparency. I am not an investigator. I am not going to solve this case.
That doesn't mean that you put out fake information or that you lie to people or that you promote ideologies and stories that aren't true.
What fake information have I put out?
Listen, Chris has lied. I'm looking at the comments. Chris has lied. He should be looked at too. Katie hasn't lied about anything. She hasn't talked to anybody. Every time people were like, oh, Chris needs to talk, Katie needs to talk. And then when they come out and talk, everybody attacks them for what they say. Why in the hell would they want to come out and talk? Especially Katie. Why? Why would she want to?
Take a deep breath. We can all agree. Flowers on Mother's Day.
I'm not a child, okay? I don't need to take a deep breath. If you're offended by the tone of my voice, that sounds like a personal problem.
Nope, I don't have a personal problem.
Then don't tell me to calm down because I'm not worked up.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I don't know I don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. I don't know
you. Well, and you obviously don't know a hole from your ass in the ground.
I do.
Stutter. It's rude that you people think that it is okay to come on here and just tear a mother and a father and a stepfather apart with zero evidence.
Okay.
And the name calling, y'all are making fun of grown adults for what? Do you get a high off?
I'm going to help you right now.
Reality wins. You're the biggest liar on here. You've pushed more misinformation.
Hold on.
That's not true about reality wins.
I said what I said. I stand on my 2 feet and my words. This is nasty. Y'all are being nasty. Nasty people. Oh, he's a loser. Wow, the disrespect. I'm being disrespectful for standing up for a child he has to live with these people when he comes back, when he's found. He has to have them in their life, and you want to show respect to Sebastian by disrespecting his parents? Y'all are insane.
What's to tell you that he's going to go back and live with the Proud Feeds?
What's to say he's not?
With the CPS reports and the fact he's been missing
Have you
for
seen
over
the CPS report? Have you held the CPS report in your hand?
Oh, that dog.
Yes or no?
That's besides the point.
No, it's not besides the point. Have you held the CPS report in your hand?
I'm not going to disclose that.
The answer is no, you haven't, because nobody has. So just tell the truth.
The fact of the matter is
The fact of the matter is you don't have any CPS report, so you can't prove there's any CPS report. You don't know what's in it. You don't have it, so you're just pushing misinformation.
Then why did your hero, Chris, say...
That's not my hero. It's Chris is a suspect, like Seth is a suspect, like Katie is a suspect. He's not my hero. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's what I said. Fuck you again. You're a nasty bitch. You're nasty.
Oh my gosh,
you're a fucking nasty human. Yeah, you're nasty. You're a nasty human being.
Bad. Okay,
I hope you never go through the things that this family's going through because you're a nasty fucking human being.
I wouldn't. Oh, woo! Let's have a round of
Whoa.
applause for Chris Proudfoot.
Wow. Well,
I was muted. Sorry. I had to go handle my dog carrying on like an idiot. Thanks, Chap Test. Thanks for renewing. Appreciate you. Now, that dude deserves an award for that, man. What do you think? Was he spot on? Yeah, I like him too. And she's going to play this whole thing here, giving him a hand. She's so immature. So my dog goes back to the window barking. Oh, my Lord.
Woo! Liar, liar, pants on fire. Woo!
can I make a comment to that really quickly? None of
And
us
this
were
Chloe
downing them
Jade
back
is
at
the,
the very
this,
beginning of this show.
this Chloe Jade is, oh, thank you, Chap Test. Thank you so much. JJ, welcome to Poolside. This Chloe Jade is who is her backup, I guess, with the fake neighbor call. That's who her corroboration is with, because she's evidently Chloe Jade also talked to Mark W. And like I said, Brooks had been communicating with him prior to the call. In fact, even at the front of her live, you'll hear her, well, she'll say, I'll call you back. So, anyway, they're still running with the fake neighbor. And Chloe Jade, whoever she is, I don't think she has a channel. I think she just mods for all these people. That is her backup. That's her confirmation. And they're both so wrong. They are both so wrong.
You said we're not attacking any of the parents or the family. We're looking at the facts. We didn't just, and anything Chris Proudfoot has said on his own that we've heard through Josh and different things
That you
he
twisted
has
and
said on his
turned.
own.
Okay.
That-
Yeah, but you guys have twisted and turned everything so badly that it's hard to even get to the actual real words that were said unless you just go back to the initial interview. Because anything in between, you guys have just mucked all the hell up.
And then this person that just came up here to speak like that, he's just as bad. What? We have not been nasty.
Yeah. Oh my Lord! You put on a fake neighbor call, and you're still running with it. You ran with the fake cousin. You're so immature. You won't even say their name properly. You're gross. You've accused them of crimes without a crime being committed and no evidence. You have spread lie after lie after lie. That gentleman was spot on about y'all.
We've been speaking facts.
Oh, and she thinks it was Chris. Of course, she told everybody it was Chris. That was not Chris. That guy that went up on her panel was not Chris Proudfoot. But she's going to run with that and say that it was Chris.
And just because certain people have come out to us and wanted to speak to us about what's gone on behind the scenes that they've seen to back up the questions we've all had, that does not make us nasty people. That makes us doing research.
Yeah.
What? Whoa. What? What? What research? You tell me what research you did to vet that neighbor. I'll wait. Because if you did research, honey, you suck at it. Because you'd have found out real quick that was no neighbor. But okay.
And we go through it. we're showing what Seth's grandmother has said. I'm not Seth's grandmother, Sebastian's grandmother has said. We go through the news clips. You know, I don't know, but some people just want to get a rise out of people, and that's okay, but no rise here.
No,
and
no.
I mean, so that was either Chrissy Poo himself or his soon-to-be sixth wife. I don't know.
That wasn't Chris. No, it wasn't Katie, you idiot. It was some dude that's just fed up with your bullshit.
So back to what we're doing in this whole, you need to be finding Sebastian. Are you kidding me?
That's what we're doing.
How in the hell am I going to find Sebastian?
Well, I mean, we're not going to find Sebastian, but I mean that we're here to support the search for him and go through all the facts that we know to try to find him in some way or help.
You're not helping. You're not using any of the facts. You're as far from factual as you can get. If you throw false allegations, you outright lie. You can't even adult enough to pronounce their name correctly. Yeah, no, you're not helping. You're right. You're not helping.
It took us till 3 a.m. to find my cat. You think I'm really going to be able to find Sebastian?
But this is definitely about finding Sebastian. We are all Team Sebastian here.
Who in here is not Team Sebastian and just wants to hear the BS from their past and what Chris Proudfoot is spouting?
I'm going to be honest, brutally honest right now. I would say probably 90% of your chat, if they're honest.
Out now.
Yeah, I know she did. Made fun of his private parts.
Thor, was that
Hey,
Chris?
Charlotte. Hey, Runway Trick. Hey, Twin Thing.
Thor, you would know. You know, times like this, you do have to feel bad for Katie Proudfeet.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, especially getting caught in between in all this. But I don't know.
What to do? Suds, thank you for the super sticker. Dina gifted 5 crime lines.
I can't say.
Raining Mims. It's raining Mims. Angel P's gonna get a spanking. Thank you for your super sticker. She said, let DT
bad.
Woo. Neela said that was Chris. Coffee.
So if you get on here and lie and make the lies really juicy and good, you get support, huh? Does that make sense?
Our lady said, listen to the lisp. Some people think I lisp because they swear my name is Brooke and they think by me saying Brooks, I lisp. No, that's really my name. Truth Not Feeling said, let's go, DT, let's talk. Well, that'll get the channel shut down, but here we go. In the meantime, hard enough to keep a channel going, but let's do it. In the meantime, we're going to finish this interview with Tony Mathis heaved off.
I want to just say, well, so one person said, but I just wanted to tell you that.
Permission to represent Seth. They talk daily. Randy sends him scripture. They talk back and forth. It's a very, very unique and cool and fun relationship for those two guys. But yes, I'm the spokesperson for both families.
But yet he doesn't have permission to put out photos. When I was live, not yesterday, the day before. What was the day before? No, I didn't go live Sunday either, did I? No, I went live Tuesday, didn't I? No, Monday. Okay, I'm mixed up. It's been a long weekend. A long week already. He told those TikTokers they could put out those photos and share them because he has full authority. But then he came back and said, no, I just got a text from Seth. He don't want the photos out. After he already told people and they were already posting them. But he has full authority.
I've been spending 99% of my time with Seth because there's not as much going on right now with Caleb's case, unfortunately. I will tell you that we just secured an interview with Brian Enton for Caleb's family. I've been working on that for about three or 4 weeks. But 99% of my time right now has been spent
Okay. Look, Tony, I got to call you out on that. Just let me tell you something. Brian Etten is not huge. But he's not huge. And if you're the parents of a missing kid, especially a story that was out there like his, like theirs, I'm pretty much sure that it would either take a phone call or an email saying that you would like to, do an interview. And I'm pretty sure Brian would jump on that. So yeah, I don't understand why it would take you 3 weeks. What kind of deal are you trying to work out? You trying to get paid? I mean, I don't know, because it seems like it'd be pretty cut and dry. And it wouldn't be with you, it would be with them. See, Brian, what would he need to interview you for? He would want to interview the actual parents, not some dude that thinks he runs the show, you know? So I'm curious, what are you negotiating exactly?
Working with Seth, and
because in my opinion, that's what they're doing now. They're starting to market Sebastian. That's what I get from this. $120 acres. I hear the list when she started, when she lost a few teeth. That's why she doesn't come. Hell, she shouldn't let that bother her. Show up anyway. Yeah, I do too. Brian's pretty cool. Bullhorn Betty's in love with him. She's obsessed with him. She thinks she made his career.
Days has been cleaning up messes and trying to protect the Proudfoots, and anybody on Facebook, we're done with all that. If you fire an arrows, it's not either. This is about a missing child. I don't. This okay.
She doesn't do a lot of commentary.
I don't know if he did or not. I don't give a shit anymore. I told you guys last night that I was about at the end of the rope with him, and we're done now. There's no partnership. There's no nothing.
Never
the gloves
was.
are off, and if he wants to,
I know we played this, not on here, but there never was a partnership, Tony. I don't believe you ever wanted anything other than what you're getting right now.
If he wants to sling bullshit towards us, he's going to get it back. Now it's that whole.
He's not the one slinging the bullshit at you guys. All along, hasn't been them. They haven't slung no bullshit.
Partnership and truce. It's over. It's done.
Well, he wasn't much of a partner, was he, to begin with?
He's not much of anything. I got to tell you, I don't know who on our team leaked it to somebody that leaked it to a YouTuber, and essentially I think that's how it happened.
Okay. We all know about the leaked phone call. I'm not going to go through it. I've only heard bits and pieces of it because, well, it was Mother's Day weekend. I can't keep up with everything. Not going to lie. I have seen chat saying Seth released it, and chat saying Chrissy Poo released it. Who released the phone call?
Chris wasn't on the team. He wouldn't have had it, dumbass.
Your opinion.
My opinion?
Yeah. Everybody in chat, you don't have to give your opinion if you don't have to.
I would just say it was Seth's side of the camp, but
that's
just my opinion.
Considering what was released, it seems like it would be more beneficial for Seth to do.
Yeah, it was very,
Chris.
yeah, it was awful what was said. So I would think so.
Because it painted him into more of a darker corner than he wants to be in.
Absolutely.
And we know he thinks a lot of himself. And this was not something from another channel, News Nation, what have you. This was definitely a private conversation.
Happened. But at the end of the day, do you really want to keep something like that secret forever anyway? I mean, you on there and it all period. And how long did Chloe owe it to him? And sit there and be a professional.
Okay, he didn't. I played this for you already. He did not threaten Chloe. He did not threaten to hit Chloe, slap her in the face. He threatened her with the cease and desist. He does admit that, and we played a lot of this call, so I'm not playing it. I'm going to skip through it. There was one part I wanted to play of Brooks yet. We might go to the beginning of hers. He will eventually say, well, it was with the cease and desist, but first he lets it be thought of and like it was meant to physically smack her. This Tony is a manipulator. And he has not been out here to do nothing but sling more dirt and twist and turn things.
Here I am for the last 8 days trying to play peacemaker.
I don't believe
he
that.
was in if it weren't for his damn mouth.
That's it. Him, he's made have it true or not.
Maybe it's at the beginning.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm from Gaza. I want to acknowledge and thank.
And that's where it is. How many of you have been accused of having your child sleep in the garage? And this isn't speculation anymore. This is people that...
It's okay. The kid did not sleep in the garage. There was never no bed in that garage for him to sleep in. He had his own bedroom. You freaking idiots. Oh my God. But wait, listen to what she's going to say here.
Live in the neighborhood that have said it was floating all around that's what was going to neighborhood.
Okay, we'll back that up.
And this isn't speculation anymore. This is people that live in the neighborhood that have said it was floating all around that's what was going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your neighbor called.
And that phone calls were made. Police was called.
Uh-huh.
It's not fun to have a mattress in your garage. It's not. Not at all. You could say, well, just got it. Haven't put it in the bedroom. Getting rid of this one. But like you said, how many people have been accused of having their child sleep in the garage? Now, some people convert their garages into another.
Okay, first off, it was rumors started by and continued being spread by you guys. And even I heard Seth talk about it. He would never slept in a garage. There was no bed for Sebastian in the garage. He had his own room. The neighbors you're speaking of, Brooks, stop it. That was no neighbor. Girl, you need to own that shit. I can't believe you're still saying that was a neighbor. That was no neighbor of Chris and Katie's. I mean, he lives somewhere. He's somebody's neighbor, but he's not Chris and Katie's neighbor. His name is Mark W. He's a chatter. He's a sub. I know that voice. I know that voice. He also has tried to pass himself off as Chris. He's also stated that he's had recorded phone calls with his brother, a U.S. Marshal, about the RSO diver and the CJ crap. Yeah. That was Mark W. That is no Chris and Katie neighbor. Girl, I can't believe you're still running with that shit. Y'all you don't get, you ran with the phony dog handler even when you knew she was phony. Because y'all don't check nothing out. You just run with whatever you're given. You don't check nothing out. Yeah, I could have did that. I could have ran with the info I was given. But I couldn't. I could have went ahead and went on with that live and said, oh, this is what I found out. This is rumor. But nope, that's not what I do. I couldn't vet it, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's rumor or gossip and think it's okay to keep spreading it like you all do.
A living room, a game room, a she shed, whatever you want to call it. But we're talking about an accusation made by people in the neighborhood that say they have heard Chrissy Poo say, I'm tired of smelling piss.
DCF CPS was not called about Sebastian sleeping in the garage. These rumors come from their Facebook groups and these alleged fake neighbors. And I can tell you with certainty that phone call was not a neighbor. That was Mark W. Hi, Mark. If you're watching, would you switch your name to? You know that's you in that call, Mark. Own it. Because don't worry, them shitted Brooks here, she'll never own it. Even if you would come out and step up and say, "Hey, yeah, that was me," she'd still never own it. So I guess that makes you feel like you're right because the creator's channel you went on with your fake neighbor call is still buying it. Wow, Mark. Thought you cared about these cases. That's not how you care, dude.
Yeah, multiple people. Like, I don't think that this is a question at all, and especially with hearing what he just said, like this is definitely something that was going on.
Okay.
That's not normal.
No.
What? Okay, so because your neighbor said it, it was definitely going on. It was not. It was not going on. No one, including Sebastian, was sleeping in the garage. Go figure. This neighbor of yours that lived 45 seconds away that went past our house every day, he doesn't live there. I think, well, at one time he was in New York, but he doesn't live there. So he couldn't tell you what went on at the Proudfoot's house. In fact, even some of you, at this point, I don't even know what to call you. But some of your group, even I think one or two of them started to realize that, hey, well, I thought they started to realize because they said, look, none of the neighbors will talk to none of us. They wanted nothing to do with none of us. So, but then they turned around and believed the crap you were saying behind this call. So, yeah, take that with a grain of salt. For that 1 second, there was some doubt that they were gonna, see something, but then they just switched it up. But I got to give at least the bullhorn that much. She doubts the neighbor call, not the cousin call, and not the other fake neighbors, but for some reason that one.
And for those that want to keep saying that this neighbor lied, well, then how does the name match up with the address, and how are business cards from law enforcement? You're telling me that this person can do all that with the insignia and everything?
Dude, shut up, Brooks. He didn't have cards from law enforcement from down there. And if he did, you could probably do it online. It's easy enough to find out who lives beside the Proudfoots. That really is easy to do. It would take a matter of seconds, honestly. So that's... Dude, Brooks, this is just a day ago. You're still running with that fake neighbor call. Honey, that was Mark W. That wasn't no neighbor. I'm telling you, that was Mark W. I know. I've talked to him on the phone. He's playing you. Well, he played you. Yeah. And you're still running with it. Wow. Your immaturity shows. Okay. Wait a minute.
Right.
Well, that's really odd. As she stated, she lived in New York prior, so perhaps she knew this mystery neighbor. Well, I know she had prior conversations with him before she recorded the call and put it on her channel live. She has a bit of a mean streak, but it seems to be passive aggressive, trying to be coy, but says some very hurtful things of and to these families. Yep. Yeah, clip channels start clipping her, yeah. Yeah. That was no neighbor of Chris's. That was Mark.
Secret Service?
I know him as Mark W. that lives in New York. And the first number that was deactivated was a New York. The number that I was communicating with him on was a New York number. And then he switched it to Tennessee. Stupid move.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Right.
So it's been an exciting morning, has it not, Chloe?
It has been a very exciting morning.
Okay.
Hey guys, we are giving out a ton of these DeWalt samples today. Just fill out our quick 2-minute survey and we'll.
Then you have Nick Barris that says they are just waiting on that one tip. They need that one tip. Well, the thing is neighbors are trying to little by little put these tips in.
Uh-huh. How's
but
that?
People discredit the neighbors.
Okay. Because it's not a real neighbor. First off. Second off, the information this neighbor is claiming to have has already been all over the Facebook groups, the Reddits, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. So yeah, there's that. And the fact that he doesn't live 45 seconds from Chris and Katie. If he really does live in New York, he lives quite a distance away. Not 45 seconds. So I doubt he'd be able to see and hear whatever's going on in their house. And do you really think that Chris is going to go out and put on a show for the whole neighborhood to watch him abusing someone? Get the fuck out. Are you stupid? Are you seriously stupid?
I'm going to get you an example of this.
Oh, really?
Because people don't want to give you their name, address, and social security number. Does not mean that they're lying.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't. But guess what? When you can identify the person and know that they're not a neighbor, you don't think Chris and Katie would know if that was one of their neighbors that was 45 seconds away? You know, that's like a hop, skip, and a jump, you know? You don't think for him to have the personal knowledge he claims to have, you don't think Katie and Chris would be able to tell who he is? Guess what? They know it's not a neighbor. They've said it's not their neighbor. But I didn't even need them to say that. Because I knew. Because I talked to that dude that you talked to. His name is Mark W. That's what I know him by. He was in a lot of chats as Mark W. I've got texts, emails. Yeah. And I actually did phone calls with him. So, yeah, that's not a neighbor. And whether you want to believe it or not, that's fucking on you. But girl, you looking hella stupid out here. You looking hella stupid. Own it. Move on. It's all right. You didn't vet your source. You should have listened to that call before you played it, because the call itself gave it away. But just listen to the caller and what he says. You didn't even need the additional proof, because he doesn't. I mean, it's just not believable. But you didn't want to hear none of that, because you wanted to be first. And you wanted to get them views because you putting out a neighbor talking dirt. Like I said, you looking hella stupid.
Erica Hartman said, don't put gravy on the mashed potatoes, just serve it up. Yes. Just like the price of eggs in China. Just like, I'm going to make this crystal clear.
Could be her hubby. I have seen him go into chats and claim to be law enforcement as well. What? Oh, that she knew. I'm sure she did listen to it prior when she got her little show ready to go. Wow. It's a very beginning of her live. You catch her. At the very beginning when she starts with the call and stuff, you catch her saying, I'll call you back. So she said she only had emailed once. No, she was not only emailing, but she was also speaking to this gentleman before said recorded call. There's no way that she didn't figure out that was bullshit. Come on. I don't think she cares. She's good. She's good with it. That's troubling. When someone and this was just a day ago. She's still saying it was legit. Even after proof's been put out here. I've showed screenshots, and I do have a couple more emails I will show. Where he talks about what he was, about the CJ stuff, and when he was trying to set up this so-called bust or debunk bust out CJ live. I don't know how to. You can't get through to these people. It's impossible to get through to these people. Brooks, I'm going to tell you, I will be happy to show you all the messages I have. Most of them I put out. Some I haven't yet because I forgot about my other email. The Proton is on my channel. That's how he contacted me the first time. And then it progressed from there. But I still don't know how he got my number. But anyway, because I don't give my number out. Anyway, his name is Mark W. He is a sub. He briefly had a standard wrench in my channel. He's, according to him, modded for, several other creators. He's been around a long time, from what I understand. And been involved in some other things that I'm looking into now. And he doesn't live in Tennessee. He's not Chris and Katie's neighbor. He told me, and he even sent me pictures of his dog and her favorite pillow and her own little couch that, like a love seat, an old love seat that's now the dog's couch, and a pillow. I have the pictures of the pit bull. He's not a retired fighter pilot. He told me that he worked for the police department for about 6 years, and he left there to go to work for UPS, which he didn't just tell me. It's in the chats. But, when you delete your account, your comments go away. But there's people responding back to him, so you can see that. Mark W, But he told everybody he worked for UPS. Maybe driving for UPS does pay better than a police officer in New York. I don't know. Who knows? I know he said he's been there like 18, 19 years. There's just some other things that this dude, like with similar behaviors with different creators with gift cards. And, then he wanted to come up on panel, but then mysteriously, right when he was supposed to come up on panel, his mother-in-law had a stroke. And I hope he didn't lie about that. That's sick if you lie about that stuff. That's bad juju. And I hope if it did happen, I really hope his mother-in-law is okay. I mean, he did tell me he's married and he's got twins and a pit bull that he rescued. And when I was talking to him on the phone, you know how when you're on the phone with somebody and he said he was upstairs in his office and his wife was downstairs and she was yelling up to him things to say to me. But you know how when you're on the phone with somebody and you can hear if somebody's yelling in the background? Well, there was no noise. All I could hear was him. So that kind of, I had to ask, why can't I hear nothing? But, yeah. And that was weird. It got quite a bit during the 2.5-hour phone call. But, again, I will tell you again, this is Mark W. Your caller is Mark W. Supposedly living in New York, supposedly working for UPS. He was not a fighter pilot. He's not even old enough to have been a fighter pilot all them years. He would have had to have been like a kid. You know, pretty much like the dog handler's husband, who would have only been like 15 when he helped bust Charles Manson. Come on, y'all, you don't listen to what they're actually saying. And you know, I'm sorry, Thursday when I should have never did a live, I was, I guess, in shock over Hills. It's, and I missed a lot in that live when I knew that it was, you know, my fault. But anyway, I just didn't want to sit and think anymore. So, yeah. I'm just telling you, Brooks, you know, you're looking hella stupid. And do you know how ridiculous you sound making fun of their names? Girl, you're not a kid anymore. Stop it. Your immaturity, your lack of brain function shows. Do yourself a favor. Say, okay, he could have been a fake neighbor, you know? Own it. Own it. Because the people are only in your chat for the drama part of it. They don't care about this kid. They don't care about anything else. So it won't matter if you tell them you got, you know, you could, woe is me, I'm the victim, I got played. And but they'd be super chatting the hell out of you. And buying memberships. I mean, come on, you know how to use it. You know, take a page out of Brittany's book. But yeah, own this shit. Because he's no neighbor. He's a chatter. He's a sub. And his name is Mark W. He has a few other ones too. And again, hi Mark if you're listening. But I'm also looking into that. I've got some feelers out and some, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. If it goes anywhere, I will be more than happy to share it. As long as I can vet it. And that's what I'm working on right now. So I got sent some video.
Ooh, a lot of stuff has come out and some things.
I got sent some videos from a while ago that I haven't had a chance to sit down and listen to about this person doing similar things in other communities. This is also not the first case that he's involved himself in. In fact, he did even offer to pay for CJ's hotel for a day. But if any of this pans out with these recordings and stuff, I may give you guys a real funny video on Saturday. We'll see. With some facts in it. But I have to be able to make sure. Because I don't want nothing done to this dude. I don't want no one going at him or nothing like that. Apparently there's some issues that you would go to these extremes. But when I call him out on his New York number that I had been communicating with him on about, you know, where's the recording? I need to vet this stuff. You know, I can't just go on with this, blah, blah, blah. And I tell him I need to confirm it. When I get no response. So when I go to ask him again about confirming all this info he claimed he had, the number wasn't in service. Within minutes, I got, and I think it was I sent an email because the number wasn't in service. So I sent an email and I said, what's up? You know, I need to confirm, why is the number disconnected? You know, out of service. Within minutes, I got a text saying it was Chris. And then he got my number from Mark. And it was a Tennessee number. So, of course, I questioned that. Okay? That number went silent. Out of service. Within minutes, I get another text from another Tennessee number. Again, alluding that he's Chris. Saying that he's Chris. And when I question that, well, he's going to go talk to Dutch. Well, okay, she ain't talking to you. Good luck. Bye. So I know that was Mark as well. Because that's where the email went to. The email address is no good any more than the phone numbers are. That's why I didn't redact the phone numbers, because they're inactive. They were internet numbers to begin with. They're inactive.
I don't even want to address, but it looks like it's going to have to be done. I do wonder, without getting lectured about the terrain in Tennessee, I do wonder about the searches
What about them?
that have gone on.
You
Sebastian
do?
and Summer combined.
Okay.
As you know, last week in Barnesdale, Oklahoma,
Uh-huh.
there was a massive tornado, wiped out the whole town.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
45 minutes north of me.
We got-
Wiped it out.
We got some
Okay?
Tampa got some damage a couple days ago from the storms, but yeah, okay. So
Wiped it out.
what does that have to do with this?
They could not find this one man,
Okay.
and yesterday they found him.
But what does that have to do with
Not
this?
alive, by the way.
What does
They
that have?
explained it took so long because between the flood waters,
Uh-huh.
which are very dangerous,
Okay, but what does that have to do with Sebastian being missing? We're talking about a grown man during a tornado. It absolutely has nothing to do with Sebastian being missing. Are y'all putting it together? Does it? I mean, am I missing something?
the debris, the rubble, the woods.
Could be, Josh. Could be. I don't know.
I mean, everything that's going on there.
Okay.
It was hard to find him, and they did.
Okay.
And this.
But what
was
does that
not-
have to do with Sebastian?
This was a small scale search in comparison to Summer and Sebastian.
Okay.
So,
but
one has.
What does that have to do with either one of these kids that are missing? They didn't go missing during a tornado. Yeah. But okay.
To wonder
Wonder
what
what?
is going on. Are they really around there somewhere, or is something more going on?
Oh.
I don't know, but we have a lot of things to discuss.
Uh-oh. Look out.
We
baby.
got one of our best gal pals, Max.
Put your thinking caps on of aluminum foil, because you're going to need that foil hat. We're taking a dive into the outer universe. Don't know where we're going to end up, but get your seatbelts on, get your foil hats on. We're going to the planet of, I can't even say disinformation, that'd be too long. The planet of wackadoos. Yeah.
Stage. Well, let's give a round of applause to our girl, Chloe Jade.
No, she's not. Oh, what is it? Who teaches these people how to use buttons? Shame on you. Shame on you to taught this one, to taught Shameful Justice, makes them hideous videos making fun of the parents of a missing child. Bullhorn Betty. Shame on you. Don't be teaching these people how to use buttons. Oh, I gotta plug in.
We've got great news for seniors. The Social Security Administration has made a small burial fund available to every senior citizen
If
who
my
qualifies.
power goes out, I will be right back, but hopefully it won't. But I didn't
Chloe,
like
my
that
friend,
bomb.
how are you doing, sister?
Hey, Brooks. Hey, everybody. I'm doing great. I'm great. Happy Monday morning.
Is there such a thing? Who in here likes Mondays?
Okay. Oh, come on.
I know.
It is what it is. So I did make a comparison, that they found this man who.
Okay. This is her sidekick. This is also her confirmation that Mark W. is truly Chris and Katie's neighbor. But I know because a person that I know for a fact talks to Katie and Mark, or Katie and Chris, and is in touch with them, has even said, they've made it clear that's not their neighbor, which I didn't need them to say, but so this has been confirmed all the way around, and she's still running with it. But this is her proof. This Chloe Jade is her confirmation that it's a neighbor and not Mark W. If you wanted to find out who lived beside Chris and Katie, it would take you maybe max a couple minutes, depending on, I mean, it's not hard information. It's already, Anyway, I don't believe that he confirmed anything and she confirmed anything. If anybody, she did it and she said it to him. And of course, he's going to say, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. But I don't believe she would actually put the effort into it either. So, I think she's saying it, but I don't think it was ever done.
By the way, is about the size of Sebastian.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's not like they found some Andre the Giant that was sticking out like a sore thumb compared to Sebastian, who's 5'5". I mean, they're about the same size. And I don't like to compare law enforcement or first responders at all.
See what they sound
It just
like.
makes you kind of wonder, like,
Yes,
what's
it does.
going on? This is from a tornado. Shit is piled up to the high heavens.
Okay, but again, that has nothing to do with Sebastian or Summer. What the hell is she talking about? Yeah, they did a giant traveling carnival. You're right. Think about this. Many of these creators that are putting out false information are parents themselves. As a part of society, that should scare the hell out of you. It does. Good point, Cherokee. If I am wrong, I damn sure own it. And if someone corrects my info, I don't get butthurt. And we're adults. We can agree to disagree. We're human in different opinions. Yeah, she's never going to own that. She's never going to admit that Mark wasn't Mark. Or wasn't the neighbor, that he was Mark.
Hell, they got mail trucks on top of each other.
And at the time, Mark was totally Chris and Katie and, you know, going into other chats, though, playing both sides, you know. But he was total supporter to Chris and Katie in all of our chats.
Floodwater. I mean, it's a horrible scene. It looks like something out of
This
World War
has
Z.
nothing
If
to
you
do
even
with
try to
it.
go up there. It's horrible. I mean, and I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm complaining about
Yeah,
that.
I've been through the 1977 flood. I seen bodies floating down. Trust me. It's gross. And, you know, days later, finding them is not fun either. My best friend's mother-in-law and her two sister-in-law, her husband's mother and two sisters were found hours away in another town. Yeah, it was. So yeah, I've been through a major flood, but move on with it. This has nothing to do with these kids.
But I mean, your roof repaired, or Morrisville, Holdenville, or in Barnton.
I do say with the search with Sebastian, how much they've searched and whatever, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. I go to this that was posted. This was sent to me.
Hey, gotcha.
Chris, the stepdaddy is on now. He calls and pretends to be someone else for attention. 3 hours you could have searched for Sebastian.
Okay. Look, I am so sick of Chris getting hammered over this call. I don't see the big deal about it. God forbid he's still human. And then, you know, he stayed there and they had a really good live. It was a good live. You got to give Cluminati and her husband that, man. They did a great job. So what if he called in and played around for a minute? So freaking what?
I think that is a fair statement.
Absolutely. I agree.
If Sebastian just walked out the front door.
Oh, but it's okay that Seth is spending 60% or more of his time, probably 70%, hopping from panel to panel, chat to chat, and he jokes and he laughs. And yeah, he's even been a little inappropriate a couple times, but that's okay, right? Got it.
Here comes Shark Week in Tennessee, Terry A. Bowersox. He says,
oh my Lord.
Where would you recommend that he/we search? That the professionals haven't already searched multiple times. Please be specific. Well, if he knows the roads between his home and Seth's, then I would have searched there, possibly. And I certainly wouldn't have denied any nationally certified canines to aid in the search. But that's just me. What do you think, Chloe?
Absolutely not. I agree.
If law enforcement is advising against it, I damn sure wouldn't do it. But under the circumstances, and since everything has been it's been searched with canines multiple times, and under the circumstances with the attacks and threats on them, and then law enforcement also not agreeing with it, yeah, no, that'd be a hard no for me too.
And where has he been searching? Because as far as we know, they've been traveling.
Well, the Bower Sox went to Alaska.
Exactly.
Okay, he works in Alaska. He had work, there. His trip was not a vacation. It was a business trip. It was for his job. That's not out of the ordinary. You had to go. I mean, I don't understand what the big issue is. You people should be happy because aren't you the ones saying that the Bower Sox didn't look at him like their grandchild? But I doubt that somehow. But yeah, I mean, there's just some things you have to do because life doesn't stop, unfortunately. You want everything to come to a stop, but it doesn't. It doesn't. And they have to be able to live. They need a roof over their head for Sebastian to come home too. Okay, they don't have GoFundMe's and Cash Apps. And they've made it clear they don't need the public to support them financially. They are putting up posters. Chris has made signs and put them up. But you guys twisted that and said first it was, oh, he's ripping down the posters. Then it was when you found out that he made signs. Then it was, oh, that he switched it. Well, signs or whatever he was doing, taking them down. He wasn't taking them down. He was putting them up. They have worked right beside law enforcement the whole time. They have helped with the billboards, which are expensive. So don't say they're not doing anything. You don't know what they've done. Katie was the first one to go out in her car looking for Sebastian. Remember that? Yeah. You don't know what they're doing, and what you do know, you do that concealment thing, with the concealment and falsification. You do that concealment thing. You conceal the main facts because it doesn't fit your narrative. This way you can control the narrative you're putting out. That they don't do anything to try to find their son. That is not a true narrative. That is falsification. You know what I'm saying there, chick? Not at all. You don't get it? I know you don't. I'm sorry. I try to give you too much credit. But I'm going to remind you of something. I'll even read it for you. Just wait a minute. I should have used it for today's thumbnail as well. But I might use it for tonight's. Because it's very exactly what you people do. And you know who else is guilty of that? And I'm going to take a hit for this, but I'm going to say it. Seth. Concealment, withholding information, falsification, presenting false information. Often liars use a combination of both to pull off their deceit or their narrative. And that's exactly what you people do. You do the concealment, you do the falsification, and that's where you get your narrative, your lies from. But yeah, y'all good at it.
Right.
Then they took pictures of themselves.
Not too good though, because we bust you out fairly quickly.
You go.
Right.
And well, where do you want us to look? Where the professionals haven't looked.
I think that we see what's going on here with the Proudfoots and the
You do?
Bower Sox. I think it's pretty.
What?
I think it's crystal clear. Actually.
What?
Crystal clear.
Crystal
no
clear?
extra gravy on those taters.
No.
What?
And it is
What?
a mess. It is a mess. And any.
Okay, well, what is so crystal clear? What are they doing? What is crystal clear? Please tell us, because evidently it's not crystal clear. We don't see it.
Channel owner or creator that wants to, talk about Sebastian. Ooh, get ready. You put your neck out there, you put your hand out there, and you get this slap. How dare you? Went through it with Summer Wells. People did not like anyone talking about Summer wells, but they would scream from
You are aware that Seth is the one where there's actually court documents. There's, oh, my neighbor's home with this riding lawnmower. I'm going to flatten them damn trailers on that lawnmower and that trailer. Them tires. Yes, I am. Oh, guy that works for him, so he's an idiot. He don't.
the mountaintops. Why is nothing being done about Summer Wells? How much more publicity can you get?
Until summer, I thought we hadn't seen anything. And now with this case, wow. It's unbelievable the amount of suppression that's going on, trying to get people's stories not out there.
The amount of suppression? What? Does that make you feel, you're using a big word? Are you one of them big word kind of people? The amount of suppression. You mean concealment. That you guys purposely do. That your little friend there, Brooks, does. That's called concealing the facts. Concealing the truth. Huh? Okay.
It's unlike anything I've seen.
I go back to Terry A. Bowersock Sr.
Okay.
Where would you recommend that he/we search?
Okay, where?
That the professionals haven't already searched multiple times.
I don't know.
Please
Tell
be
me.
specific. Okay, I'm going to say that's fair. This is your life. That's fair. If you have a suggestion, we'll go search there. Well, you can start with the front door and go whatever route you think he would have gone. But if the dogs honestly have no scent outside of the home, it seems to me that he didn't walk out the front door. And if he did, you're not going to turn down any help from, I guess, dishonest dogs. Even, in the pack, there's got to be one that can tell the truth, right?
Right.
Okay, now we got dishonest dogs. She's gone. Come on. We got it all now, people. We got dishonest dog. How the hell is a dog dishonest? What? I told you we were going to be in an alternate universe. The dogs know how to lie in this universe.
I know there was an issue with one dog handler, but I know the other one has amazing credentials, worked for the military and the government, and wants to get their word out there from what I've seen in comments and different chats.
Yeah, I have questions there too. I'm sorry, but she talked too much.
Lies about them.
And I don't know. That other dog handler, I don't know. I've got my thoughts on all that. And they're not popular, I'm sure, because I know everyone's, I thank her for her service. That's awesome. But on her behavior as a dog handler and search and rescue, no. You can't go into a case biased. And she's completely, totally biased. And she's also fed into the drama bullshit side of it. So, no, that's a no for me. For those reasons.
Well, and that woman is getting raked over the coals for trying to do the right thing. So you have these people that want to be right, and they'll kick anyone down because they have to be right. I have an example here in a second. Then you have some people that want to do the right thing, and they get punted. This woman is being treated horribly. Now, my understanding is they have her mixed up with someone who could possibly maybe be like a dishonest dog.
Right.
That maybe, possibly? Are you freaking kidding me? She's a fake and a phony, just like your neighbor. Brooks, are you really that? Sir Duke, come over here. Come over here, Sir Duke. Now you behave. Don't you start being a little pain in the butts. You're too big a kitty to be a little pain in the butts. Yes, you be a good kitty.
But it's not fair what's being done to her. Because, from what I understand, she has all the credentials. She has all the proof. She has a great...
Yeah, but I don't co-sign anybody being attacked on. I don't know other than what I've seen. And her responses that she's getting is because of what she's putting out. But you know, she's supposedly credentialed, but we've heard that before, haven't we? People have shown so-called proof. Um, I take anything. I don't. Anyway, everybody has their own thoughts about it. You just told your Milo to stop telling you lies. He got up and walked away. Too much tooting of her own horn. Yeah, she does that a lot. She's very immature for her age. I that's just my opinion. And this is, my banner says it is fair use, and I fair use the hell out of you. So there's that. It says I can use it for entertainment purposes. That's Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. It says, entertainment, educational, commentary, and or criticism. All the above, if you want,
Record. She has amazing dogs, and it's sad to see somebody that is trying to help, be turned away like that. And I read a comment that she made yesterday in Vinnie Politan's chat. Yes, Julia, Christina Alaska. The only people that have ever turned down her help were people that were guilty.
And that's a very good assumption, because if I lost something very important to me, I would trust her and Aura and Gator.
And I was muted. I was freaking muted. Oh my God, I'm sitting here looking at my cup that says, "Are you mute? You're on mute."
Or I would Shark Tooth in Tennessee. Chrissy Poo.
But I only have to make a side for the kids because I roasted a chicken this morning so that I could make my husband take one of the breasts and make fresh chicken salad for him. And the kids I still have the rest of that whole chicken so they can have chicken, and maybe I'll make macaroni and cheese or something simple to go with it. Yeah, that's a blessing. After this morning, they were late for school. They were upset about that. Dallas was upset the field day got canceled because of the weather. But come on, it's Florida. We get all the hoopla without the actual rain. But I get it. Okay, so it's going to be a day. They're not going to be happy campers when they come home. I'm sure they're going to be grouchy.
Call me crazy.
Call you crazy?
All right, so let's
get... she left that door open, didn't she?
To this. We have some neighbors that are again commenting. Get ready for this.
Okay.
Because people are going to come unglued about this. You already know what I've gone through. We're going to talk about that in a second.
They're going to come unglued?
I don't think many of us are buying the story of Katie shouting at Sebastian to go to bed and then waking up the next morning at 6 to see that he has vanished. There's a huge piece of this puzzle missing. And in my opinion, only Katie can tell us what that is. Was there...
And I agree with Evil Exists. By the way, this is Evil Exists channel. There's a piece of the puzzle missing, and only the person that we for sure know was at home can fit it together. Now, this neighbor that spoke to her the morning of her realization that her son was missing is relaying a different story than what she relayed to Nancy Grace and the local news media. I am not saying that Katie did anything to Sebastian. I am questioning why her truth changed. That is odd to me. Now, for quite a while, we have questioned her disassociation.
Her disassociation?
The way
okay.
that she seems to just not have the common emotion that a parent, a mother, would have.
Oh.
And recently, we have heard about why
So now she's trying to use words to make herself not sound dumb. Okay. We have already put a bunch of the meat in the freezer. Bye, Dorby. Thank you for coming in. Honey, well, how is she supposed to act? Is there a book? Is there a playbook? Is there? I mean, no two people are going to act the same about a situation. Everybody handles things differently. You don't know what she's doing behind the scenes. I have seen a broken, devastated mother. But do you have a description on how she's supposed to act? Because, maybe then we'll know. Since you seem to know that she's not acting like a mom should. What exactly is she supposed to do?
Went to foster care at a very young age.
Okay.
That could be part of her disconnect. Not that I'm a psychiatrist, but that's the only thing that would make sense to me.
God.
It's got to be one of two things: her own childhood trauma, or she just doesn't give a shit. I don't know.
Because she's not giving the reaction you think she should, but you have no idea how she's reacting because, see, you don't know her and you're not there. I don't know what interviews you've watched, but the ones I've seen with Katie, I've not seen that. I've seen a pretty devastated mother, pretty broken woman. Her child's missing, but that's just my take.
I do have a question about how her and Seth came in contact with each other.
They met at a friend's house when she was 14 years old. Yes, she was a minor. I have some questions there too. But she wasn't a minor when she gave birth to Sebastian.
Seth was 24.
23.
She was 14. According to Seth, she had many abortions.
Well, no. See, that's another lie that's put out here. And even if it's not a lie, he had no right to even talk about that. But go watch Jennifer's interview, Coffindorfer's interview with Seth. He tells on himself again because he said that it was the first pregnancy she could carry full term because of medical issues. So yeah, which means there was prior pregnancies when she was underage, correct? Just saying.
These abortions. He never gave an age. And 10 years difference? I don't know. I don't think that to be a big deal unless you're 24 and 14. A lot of people have said, well, we don't know exactly when they got together. Sebastian was born at age 19. That's how old Katie was.
Yeah, we
So
did
when were
watch
all
that
these
already,
abortions?
Infamous. It was good.
It can't be when she was 18. Or was it after? Did she not want to have any more children after Sebastian?
No. If you go actually listen. See, that's the problem with you people. You have ears and eyes. You just don't use them proportionately. If you'd use them ears and listen to what that man says, he alludes to the fact that she did something with previous pregnancies. But then later on, he'll flip that and he'll say because of medical. You need to listen to what he says. Seth is full of shit. And he's talking about things he has no right to talk about either. It's not his body.
To me, this is the blackmail that's been held over Seth's head during all of this.
I agree with you on that. There's a lot of questions there.
Okay,
he
let's
did
sing her
hope.
18th birthday.
Yeah, Hope. If you listen to his words, he tells on himself. And I'm sorry, but that man still holds a lot of animosity. He takes every chance he can. And I believe he has done that since the day she divorced his ass to get his revenge. Because he blames her for everything. He takes no accountability for anything. He's this knight in shining armor. He was this perfect dad. Bullshit, okay? Bullshit. A perfect dad. Come on. You seen your son 2 weekends a month? The last month, you hadn't even seen him. Before you were going to take him, you said no because you had to get you together. I'm just saying. There is no such thing as a perfect parent. But Seth, enough is enough, man. Now you got this Tony coming out, doing your dirty work too? And that's messed up, Seth. What are you trying so hard to hide? Every time something comes out about you, and people were starting to question your age and Katie's ages and stuff like that. People were starting to question you. And what did you turn around and do? Boom. There's a phone call released. Conveniently, right when there's supposed to be court for a custody battle involving Chris, which is none of your damn business. And I do believe you released that call. I totally believe you released that call, Seth. And as soon as more information, people start questioning you even after that call. Because y'all twisted Chris's words in that call. Big time. I've shown you that already. You come out with this interview on Pascal's, but you had Tony out here pushing this interview hard day or two before the interview, saying you were going to release CPS documents. Anything to deflect away from you. What are you hiding that you don't want people to know about? Because eventually your deflecting is not going to work, and these people are going to find it. The same people that assist you in putting out all the dirt and all the lies, they're going to turn it onto you. Then what?
They said, okay, no more hugging, no more side hugs, Douglas style. Now we're together. I still want to know what 14-year-old and 24-year-old runs in the same circle, particularly a 14-year-old girl
He was
in foster care.
23.
And it's out now. There's no denying it. I'm not going to say anything inappropriate went on. Before the age of 18, some people will say, oh, it's Romeo and Juliet. It's a Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Not if things were going on when he was 24 and she was 14. Now,
23.
if he was 17 and she was 15, that's one thing. Now, as we know, and we're going to get to this, Seth's mother, Robin, has been real outspoken the last few days, and she's actually taking up for Chrissy Poo and KP. She wants people to back away and just quit it.
It's hard to believe this is a grown
calling us
woman.
Trauma vultures, okay? And again, I do not know when they began, in quotes, dating. I have no idea. So, I think she's up in arms and wants people to stop talking now because questions are being asked about her son.
Bingo.
I agree. I think this is damage control at this point because there's a lot of questions coming out, and I think she said some things that haven't really helped Seth's case at all. Maybe not knowingly, but I don't know how she didn't.
Oh,
And some of the things
knowingly.
she said. I don't know.
Knowingly.
I think at this point, with all of the rumors and everything, everybody should just come out and tell the truth. What is really going on here? Because we see what looks like Chris to be bullying Seth, and like he has something on him.
He's not bullying Seth. He did not threaten to beat Seth up. He was saying that if Seth got all the information, that he would have to keep his mouth shut, or he'd never open it again because of law enforcement. Not because of Chris. Not because of anything Chris was going to do. He didn't threaten to slap Chloe in the face. He threatened to slap her with a cease and desist.
To keep him quiet because of the way things have switched so dramatically.
Ding, ding.
And then now we've got Grandma making all these statements, which I don't think are really helping at all. So I don't understand what's going on.
Thomas Randall says we have words for that. 14 and 24. Seth needs to clear this up. If
it's 14 and 29.
Yeah, I agree, Thomas Randall.
We can prove the 10-year we can prove the 10-year difference in age. So when did they really get together? Now I want to know why Chrissy Poo,
when she was 14, he told her he was going to marry her.
Threatened Seth the way he did.
Yep, me too.
There's two sides to every pancake and every story. Is it because he is so pissed at Seth about what went on when Katie was a teenager? I don't know. Wasn't there.
I wonder what Katie's trauma and life was before, and if she was looking for a savior, and she thought that was from an older man.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a foster, you get someone that's been through a lot and had to grow up.
Right. And I'm sure foster care will grow you up real quick after what she went through with her family. Bama Girl said, just curious, why does it matter now all of a sudden when they started dating? Are people trying to say Seth is an SO? We don't know. I'm really not trying to imply that. I'm just trying to figure out how a 14-year-old girl in foster care came in contact with a 24-year-old man and wound up having
at a friend's house
his child at the age of 19. That means she would have gotten pregnant at 18. That's an adult. And he says that she had all these abortions. Can we even say abortion on YouTube anymore? Before I step in it anymore.
I don't think many of us are buying the story of Katie shouting it's missing. And in my opinion, only Katie can tell us what that is. Was there an argument that is up at all? She needs to speak out.
She doesn't do fair use.
If you're 55 or over, did you know you could leave your loved ones with an inheritance of up to $300?
Anyway.
Okay. Good choice of words.
Read this stuff all
right,
over
let me
again.
read this. And I don't blame this person for posting anonymously. She says, I post anonymously because I am a neighbor and would like to protect myself and my family. Our neighborhood has already been through a lot since Sebastian was reported missing. Neighbors harassed. I do not want to create more drama. However, I do think it is important to correct misinformation that is being said. I need to set the record straight on something that I keep hearing over and over again that is about to make me scream. The BS that Chris said, he called SCSO instead of 911 because of where we live is just that. It's absolutely ridiculous. He claims that because we live in the county and not in the city limits, it's easier to call the sheriff's park, non-emergency. So he wouldn't get transferred all over the place. Shaking my head. You cannot reach an emergency personnel through SCSO number. It tells you on the automated system that if you have an emergency, you must hang up and dial 911. Has anybody ever called the non-emergency number before? It will say, if this is an emergency, hang up and call 911. 100%. The only person you will get if you stay on the line waiting for someone to pick up is a non-emergency dispatcher. If that dispatcher finds out you are calling for an emergency, that dispatcher will tell you to hang up.
Right. I believe he had a direct phone number. But he did call and he did get through and he did talk to someone. They're wrong about that. When you're calling 911 out of state, you do get transferred here and there, and a lot of times the call will drop. So, yeah, okay.
And dial 911.
I don't know if this is a true neighbor.
To 911 emergency dispatch. If he is saying he didn't want to waste time being transferred, yet that's exactly what would happen if you call SCSO for an emergency. They transfer you or ask you to hang up and dial 911. So an emergency dispatcher can receive your call and dispatch emergency personnel.
Apparently that's not true because he called and got through to someone and was speaking to law enforcement. And I don't know if this is a real neighbor.
That is closest to you at that point. She said, if something were to happen to my kids, God, I pray that never happens. I would call my husband first to let him know. Then I know for a fact he would tell me to hang up and call 911. She said, this frustrates me so much. Okay, so that is one post. Now let's listen to the rest of this.
This lady claims that she was told by a close neighbor who saw Katie talking outside with police when she went to take her kids to school that morning. She stopped and asked Katie what happened. Katie told her that she told Sebastian to go to bed at 9, and then she fell asleep on the couch. She never mentioned anything about talking to Chris on the phone. She then woke up at 11:30 and went to check on Sebastian. This is interesting because remember, Katie said she didn't do this anymore because Sebastian is older now. He must have been awake because the neighbor's Ring camera saw his light on. This is when she told him to go to bed because he needs to wake up for school the next morning. Katie then walked to her bedroom.
So we have several neighbors that are reaching out.
No, that's not the story I've heard, but okay.
Because the smell test is not working. So let's read this. She saw Katie outside with police when she went to take her kids to school. She stopped and asked what happened. Katie told her she told Sebastian to go to bed around 9. She fell asleep on the couch, never mentioning the conversation between her and Chrissy Poo. Woke up around 11:30. I thought she was studying and on the phone and heard a thud. Okay. 11:30, went in to check on Sebastian, which she previously said she didn't do anymore now that he's older. We heard that whole thing. She said for
She
obvious
never said she went in to check on him. She said she didn't. She said she heard the noise. She asked him what was going on. He answered her. That was that. She went to bed. He's 15. She never said she went in there and checked on him. Stop lying.
reasons, she doesn't go in his room. He must have been awake because his light or a light was on, according to this neighbor's ring camera. Which, by the way, all of the neighbors, from a discussion that Chloe and I had with another neighbor, we know were turned over to law enforcement.
Yep, right away.
The morning of.
Yep.
So according to the neighbor's ring camera, his lights were on. They weren't peeping Tommy.
Uh-oh, my battery's running. Uh-oh.
They were just looking across the street. Or I'm sorry, the ring camera caught it. She said she told Sebastian to go to bed. He had to get up the next morning. She walks across her house to go to her room to go to bed. As she's walking through the kitchen, she hears a loud noise. She yells back at Sebastian, asking him what was that. He says, "Nothing, Mom. Go to bed." So she does. According to the neighbor close to them, the ring camera shows the lights going on and off because it's so dark. The neighbor also mentioned seeing a silhouette in the front room, possibly dining room window for a couple of minutes. Then all the lights go off. Neither Chris nor Katie have ever mentioned any of that. That seems a little odd to me.
Yeah, this is a whole different story than we've heard before.
Because it's not the truth.
Now, this was the morning of. This is what she says.
Right.
The morning of. And then
No, that's what a neighbor is telling you.
many days later,
Alleged neighbor.
when we talk to the media, it's different.
If my
Yeah,
power
very
shuts
different.
off, I'll
Wow.
come right back. Hopefully it won't.
And while walking there, she heard a thud. She asked him what that was. He says nothing. And so she apparently went to bed. This post also mentions that a neighbor saw the lights going on and off because the area is so dark. The neighbor also reports seeing a silhouette in the front room, possibly dining room window for a couple of minutes. Then all the lights go off. I think this is very interesting, though. Was someone standing by the window in Sebastian's house, checking if any neighbors are awake or anyone outside that could notice something is off? Now let's go to Robin Rogers. She said that in one of Katie's first interviews, it was said by Katie that she checked on Sebastian. Now she yelled him to go to sleep. There was also an early mention of a shadow appearing in Sebastian's window at 11:15.
Okay, this is Seth's mother, Sebastian's grandma. I hope you all can help me out with something. In one of her, Katie's first interviews, she said that she checked on him. Now she yelled up at him to go to sleep. Am I missing something here? There was also mention early of
Always said that she did not go in the room. That she yelled out to him what that noise was. She never said she went into the room and checked on him. She actually said she did not. He is 15.
of a shadow appearing in Sebastian's window at about 11:15. This has been caught on a video camera. So who was it? What is going on here?
I don't know if any of that's true.
So where did the grandma hear this story? We have a neighbor backing this up.
I know.
He is asking for the public to help her out with this. To be honest, I don't recall Katie's.
I don't know if any of these neighbors have been vetted. I don't know if they're truly neighbors.
Saying in an interview that she checked in on Sebastian. However, she
No,
could have
she
told
said
that
she
to
didn't.
neighbors or family. Sebastian is missing for 2.5 months now.
Sebastian was routinely taken.
And no, I do not think Seth has anything to do with his son's disappearance. He couldn't have possibly
Neither
have
does
been
Chris.
there.
Chris was 3.5
So nobody's
hours
pointing the
away.
finger at Seth. Actually, we're not even pointing the finger at Katie. And as far as Chrissy Poo, he can't say because according to him, he wasn't there.
Okay, so you can't point the finger at Chris because he wasn't there. He was 3.5 hours away. I don't believe Katie did anything either. I truly believe, and that's just my way, and I've said it before, that Seth is trying to hide some things. I don't believe Seth, had anything to do with him disappearing, but I do know that Seth, that he was more lenient and allowed Sebastian online and to game and stuff. Also, his switch only has to hit off of Wi-Fi, and but and Seth said he had internet access at his house. I don't know. I just think he went to meet somebody. I think that he was talking to someone. But that's just me.
He can't give the history of the night if he was truly just on the phone. And by the way, then saying they were on the phone for 3 hours.
You know, now they're saying there's text messages with him.
For that, you can lie to the media, you can lie to the internet, you can lie to YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, you name it.
Oh.
But what is going on here? This is a dramatic change, in my opinion. I'll give it to you, Chloe.
Yes,
A
it's
dramatic
huge
change.
But I think that I am really, really thankful to hear anonymously some of these neighbors are actually telling the stories that
And
they
you
know.
don't even know if they're really neighbors. You just don't. They could be a neighbor who wants some attention. You don't know if anything they said is factual. But go ahead.
No, they heard, they saw, because I think that they've been bullied into not talking for too long. And this brings a whole different spin on things, in my opinion. Because I thought before that they had
Yeah,
their
he
story
did say-
worked out, and that's what it was, the phone, the alibi, all of that. But now it makes me wonder if something else happens and Chris was not a part of the original thing. I don't know. I'm so confused right now. I don't know what to say.
Oh, I am too. And we have to be super careful around here mentioning anything about Seth because we know he's a fan favorite. We do know he's been out searching for Sebastian. We do know his
the first week.
Mom has been
The first week. Just saying. Where's, he was out there on video with JLR and CJ and others the first week. Yeah. Then he himself even said law enforcement told him to stop. That was his, it wasn't a good enough reason for Chris and Katie, but it was a good enough reason for Seth. Okay, got it.
very outspoken. We know all those things.
Right.
And this is a discussion group.
Yeah, fan favorite.
We're discussing. We're throwing things out.
He's the fan favorite. You freaking idiots. It's not about him. It's not about who's more popular. It's about a 15-year-old boy that's missing. That's what it's about, Sebastian. It's not about a fan. You idiots, fan favorite.
What is really going on here? Again, back to when we spoke to the neighbor. I want to know.
That wasn't a neighbor, Brooke. That was not their neighbor. They confirmed it wasn't their neighbor. I'm telling you, that's Mark W. That is no neighbor of Chris and Katie's. You still looking hella stupid.
Why Chrissy Poo didn't come home that weekend.
Oh my God.
I also want to know why Seth didn't see his son the entire month of February.
Exactly.
Who's the orchestrator of all of this?
Right.
It can only be one of two people in that home, and that would be the adults.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense. Now, of course, as neighbors are speaking out, they are going to get slammed left and right.
They are not neighbors. I know for a fact one isn't.
Okay, they are. And the people that are bringing out their stories, whether it's in a Facebook group or they choose to go on YouTube, even people that are just participating in the chat and listening are going to get all kinds of bullshit. So this came up a couple of days ago from good old Lisa K. Ruitz.
Oh,
She
Lord.
shared something. I don't know what it was. Of course, people calling you out in your chat are haters and not people with critical thinking skills and Google. Since when is Googling a critical thinking skill? If you want to be a deep thinker, you don't use Google.
Okay, so because you're getting called out or someone says no, that's wrong, you're making the wrong statement. That's not what was said. They're a hater? Wow, okay.
She says, when I first came to YouTube, I was told to avoid J is for Justice. Then we have the fake neighbor on Brooks. Anyone know a channel named Brooks? Mind you, Brooks is my name, but she loves to use people's names. Fine by me. Anyway, I think we all know the name of my channel. She says, and the fake cousin. If you don't have any content, I guess you just pay the DoorDash guy extra to give you an interview. Candace also has a fake cousin. I don't even have Candace's damn cousins. So, Chloe, when you and I that afternoon were talking to the neighbor who gave his address when he moved in, his phone number, his email.
That was not a neighbor of Chris and Katie's. That was Mark W.
The entire 9 yards. Did you hear me answer the door and coach the DoorDash guy and say, by the way, I need you to sit down with your neighbor?
No, neither one of us ordered DoorDash that day. And I still want to say this again. I just want to say this. He was in our chat. He was chatting to me.
Yeah, he was in a lot of people's chats, including mine. That wasn't a neighbor, you two bimbling idiots. That was Mark W. I can tell you who owns that house. I can tell you when they bought that house. It's a matter of public record.
Things he knew. I just said, would you talk to Brooks? And we dropped the email. He contacted you. We talked to him. He verified where he lived, where all of his cameras were, how many cameras all of his neighbors have. The stories. I mean, there's just I can't about the fake neighbor. He's not fake.
Yeah, he is fake. His name is Mark W. He's a chatter.
That makes me upset. But DoorDash, that's a stretch. I've never tipped somebody enough. I've never tipped somebody enough on DoorDash for them to, tell such a big story for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, sexy wild thing.
Me too. Now, this is the same woman that last night said she called authorities and she found her first.
I can't believe they're still fucking saying that this neighbor is legit, is real. I'm telling you. That is Mark W. Now, either he's lying to them or he's lying to all of us. But that is Mark W. He's not a neighbor of Chris and Katie's. Listen to the interview. Most of what he said, there's just a tiny, tiny little sprinkle of truth. Very little. But 99.9% of what he said is bullshit. And he got it all up here and the Facebook groups.
First missing person. And so she called authorities to let them know she heard this person on a panel. And they instantly took down the missing person's status, if you will.
And that's why I waited several days before I came out with anything. Because I wanted to make sure that the right people had the emails and the text messages and everything else.
Law enforcement, since when is law enforcement take someone's word that someone is alive and well, as opposed to IDing them, making contact with them, and making sure that they're okay? Since when does it happen?
Never. And then to throw the last line of that in, Candace has a fake cousin also. Okay.
By the way, if it wasn't Mark W., where is Mark W? He disappeared. I mean, totally wiped himself off YouTube. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Try to call that neighbor on the phone number you have and see if that number has been disconnected yet or out of service. Just out of curiosity. Maybe he thinks he has you fooled and, he didn't change it. But I can give you 3 numbers for him. None of them are in service anymore. They're internet numbers. They're free numbers. You might want to check yours again, Brooks.
There's a lot of fake things. She said a lot of lies. How does that compare to anything we're talking about?
Well, some people are closet Wells sympathizers. 4, Brooks is a tragedy pimp and you all are her pathetic simps. Why are you here, Thor? What are you doing? Everyone here has been kind to you. If you would like to come on panel, you can. If you would like to buy a tragedy pimp t-shirt, email me, send me your address. And you know what? For you, buddy, it'll be free. But you have to take the picture of yourself in it. Anybody? Thor. Thor, Thor, Thor. If not, one of the moderators can take care of it. Actually, you know what, Thor? I was going to give Idiot of the Week to Lisa K. Ruitz, even though it's just Monday. But since you stick around for shit you don't like, it looks like it's you.
Is she fucking serious? Is she serious? Who the hell taught her how to make buttons?
This AI tool will
All right. This is insanity.
take your idea and create a complete book.
I
complete with
cannot
design,
believe
images,
that as of
layout,
yesterday, they're
everything,
still
including the
pushing this
content.
fake neighbor. I mean,
Now you've won yourself.
Even Chris and Katie know it's not their neighbor. And I'm sure they know their neighbors that live within 45 seconds of them. You know?
2 t-shirts.
And how do you know that that neighbor or that house actually has all those cameras? How do you know? Have you been there? Have you actually met the neighbor? Bet you the voices aren't the same. Mark W., you need to come clean, dude. You need to come clean because you got these 2 girls out here looking hella stupid.
Okay, Chloe, I apologize for that. So, you and I both talked to the neighbor, unless the neighbor is Thor, and that's why he's so sure. Or the neighbor is Lisa K. Ruitz. I don't know.
Well, she probably went to high school with them.
Probably.
Oh, my Lord.
I like how Candace has a fake cousin. Well, we also know that you contacted 2 different people in my Discords, and the FBI was going to contact them because they had shared something from behind a creator who is not even on YouTube anymore, behind a paywall. Ridiculous. Slim Hauser, thank you. Thor Tragedy Pimp t-shirt funds. Look at that, Thor. Everyone is in your corner. Thor, everybody is proud of you. I've had people win 1 t-shirt, but not 2. Oh my God, Thor, I gotta play the music again.
It's too much for me.
And by the way, when your mom tells you to get off the internet and do some chores for her, you probably need to do it. You probably do. Okay, so let's get back to more important things, and that is the show. All right, so as we know, there is a spokesperson. Woo!
All right.
It is.
Well, we're done for that. We already went through that because, yeah. Well, I guess we could watch. What? No, it's after 4 o'clock. We've been on here a long time. Yeah. So there you have it. They're still running as of yesterday that the neighbor is legit. And yeah. What do y'all think about that? Yeah. Yep. Here, I'll give you the exact time. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 days ago. Yesterday, I was going to do it and didn't go live yesterday. I had it all planned to do, but things came up. It was 2 days ago, and she got 10K views on that. Unfreaking believable. Laura's wife will open up a can of whoop ours and old Berkshire poop. These 2 are unhinged, defending an anonymous neighbor who has disappeared into thin air. Yeah, basically. They seriously are. I know who I talk to on the phone. That voice is the man I know as Mark W. from my chat, Nonsense's chats, a lot of chats on here. That man identified himself as Mark W. to me. That is the voice. That is the man I spoke with on the phone for over 2 hours. Like 2.5. It's a long conversation. And my husband even made a comment that night. But anyway, yeah. That's no neighbor of Chris and Katie's. And also, from what I heard from Duchess, from what I understand, they are were made aware of the situation, and no, that is not their neighbor. And they would know their own neighbor's voice, especially somebody that's, 45 seconds away that sees them all the time, every day. So, yeah, that's insane. I can't believe that they're still running with that. That just makes, like I said, hella stupid. She needs a t shirt, hella stupid, because she's looking hella stupid. That's crazy. That's crazy. I. But tonight I'm gonna come back. We're gonna review Betty. There's some things I want to show about Betty. If you all want to watch some of these interviews, Jennifer Hoffendorfer's interview with Seth or Pascal's, we can do that. But I might show you some TikTok stuff. It depends how it plays out here. But there's some 111 I want to show you. Yeah, that woman. Ooh, that's a whole nother kind of universe. I'm not even sure where to put that one. Yeah, I'm. But Brooks, common sense and functioning brain cells aren't in the cards for you. Honey, that's no neighbor. Come on. You cannot be. Oh, I don't know. And I don't see what Chris and Katie would have to lie about. They have been brutally honest since the start. I don't think he'd have a problem saying, yeah, that's my neighbor up there talking shit, being an asshole. He'd have no problem saying it. So, and come on, we all know that wasn't no cousin. Jesus. You don't these posts that they're banking on saying that they're anonymous neighbors don't even know if they are really truly neighbors. Because they're anonymous. I can't. I can't. The stupidity. Stupidity. Oh, okay, yeah. Not during my life. Anyway. I I I would like for Mark to step up and tell the truth. Only because, not because there's any truth to anything he said, but maybe, just maybe, if he would step up and say, see how easy y'all are played, see how easy it is, maybe it would wake some of these people up and they'd stop the shit they're doing. I don't know. But he's not going to step up and come clean. Oh, you guys want to take a look at Dolly later? We could take a look at Dolly. I got a couple lives that there's a couple little sections I wouldn't mind reviewing. But yeah, I don't know. Self awareness, aka Nick, according to rapper. That's a you think it was Foxy? I don't know. I've never heard Foxy's voice, so I don't know. I don't know who. I'm not familiar with Foxy. Brittany J says it's not Foxy. She served Foxy's voice and he has an accent. I don't know. I don't know. But I know that I know him as Mark W. from New York, married with 15-year-old twins. He's got a pit bull that he rescued. I got pictures of it. I'm not the only one that's got pictures of his dog. I believe he sent them to Granny's Watching and a couple other people. Um, his alleged dog. I don't even know if it's his dog at this point. Who knows? You know, he could live in Aruba for all we know, and he's telling everybody, different. Who knows how many alts he has out here on these YouTube streets. I know that Mark W. has been around for a while, and I know there's other things that he's been involved in. And I'm just trying to make sure I have the receipts before I show it. So I am going to watch those couple videos I was sent and see what I can gather out of them, and keep digging. We'll find it, and I'll put it out as soon as I have the proof to put out. I'm supposed to, claim to be somebody else. That is breaking the law, and it's clear he did that in text messages to me. He claimed to be Chris, and it wasn't Chris. It's crazy. But I'm going to change my description and put crime lines in here and take out Betty, because Betty will be for tonight's live. I'm going to come because it's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So I'm going to come as soon as I get the kids in bed. It'll probably be like 8:30. And that one's only going to be like a 2-hour live. I got to make it I got to cut these lives down for you guys. I don't care about me, but for you guys. But yeah. Maybe we'll just start covering one person or something. I don't know. Burnt toast may burn his bagel, huh? I think TL is buying views again because most times she has under 200, and she's been busted for doing it and buying likes too. Ooh. I was actually surprised that you could even get away with that. And besides, I wouldn't even know how to go about it, and I don't want to know how, because I'm too cheap for that. I don't make enough money. I'm glad they make enough money to turn around and spend what they make on buying likes and views. No, thank you. I'll earn them the hard way, earnest way. I'm getting there. Before I know it, I'll be at 2K here, and I'm very happy. I've got a great chat. I got great subs and members. I've made some friends on here that I trust, that are good people. And every day I'm growing, which reminds me, hit the like button, sub up if you're not subbed up. And we do have memberships. You can become poolside. I was going to call us the Misfit Sharks, but I don't know. I kind of like the Stoner Cabana Club, or no, Stoner Beach Bums, or Stoner Beach Clubs. I don't know. There's several. I'm trying to choose one. I got them wrote down. The ones that were put in chat that night. I think I got them. I may not. I may have missed a couple. Where did I put them? No, I can't even find one. Oh, no. Okay. Floaters, lifeguards, high dive misfits, cannonballs. We'll come up. We'll pick one. I'll get a couple more ideas from people, and then we'll like have the top 3, and people can vote on it. Yeah, we go. Everybody's somebody's neighbor. I mean, I'm not saying the man's not a neighbor of somebody's. I'm sure he is. Everybody got neighbors, unless you have buku land. But eventually, you got a neighbor somewhere. But yeah, I'm not saying he's not a neighbor. He's just not their neighbor. And Mark, shame on you because the people are only in her chat for the drama. Because if she didn't do the drama stuff with all this and just talked about Sebastian, she wouldn't be getting 10K views. Okay, and I even question about the 10K views. It just doesn't fit with her numbers. And I've looked at her numbers, and I'm starting to pay attention to stuff like that. Oh, you guys are early. Okay, so my kids just got home. Huh? That was nice that he made you a new one. Now you got two to put in there. The neighbor boy made the kids. We're putting some flowers up in the front flower bed, and my daughter loves to plant flowers, so we're letting her pick some out to plant. Um, we didn't budget because she didn't look at price. She's a kid. Anyway, he painted them some of those garden stones so they can put them in their flower bed. Yeah, I thought it was sweet.
Guess what I got on the test?
All right, all right.
Miss Babs.
Okay, yeah, just a couple. But okay, guys, go in the house for 2 seconds. Take your backpacks, unpack your backpacks in the house, please. Put your water bottles in the sink, and I will be. Rattle, go. Let me finish. I got my audience just sitting here. Okay, now that the cat's crying. Water bottles in the sink, please. Backpacks hung up. Thank you.
Tomorrow is water day.
No, it's not.
Tomorrow's field day.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Oh, now you see what my mics were out. Hey, Manya, I'm about finished up. The kids just got home, but I'm coming back. 8:30. There's some other things I want to show you. Yeah, we might review that the Vault XL again because honestly, I thought I pretty much showed the worst. Oh, hell no, hell no, not even, nope. But um, there's some TikTok stuff I'm trying to get together to show you. Because the other day I had to show you that interview through someone else's channel. Actually, I tried to do it through two people's, ended up with Jay for Justice, because for some reason it didn't record right. When I went to, I don't know, the audio sounded awful. So I had to play it that way. But this time I'm making sure I kidnapped one of my kids' tablets. I'm making sure because there's something I'm watching for a certain live on TikTok from that lady, that unhinged Christina Unhinged, that crime and lines. Yeah, her. Thank you guys for hanging out with me so long and being patient. I appreciate that. I will be back at 8:30 and we will be reviewing Betty and a couple others. And maybe we'll look at Dolly, maybe we'll look at Spanky. I have timestamps for all them because I had them ready to do the other day and then I didn't go live. But yeah, okay. All right, guys. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for the gifted membership. Mods, thank you very, very much. And guys, just thanks for your support. I'll see you around 8:30. Bye, y'all.